Douluo, I am the ice archer, my ice power is invincible. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author, we do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 26 Yilingling, don't think about it. Friends of Kidian, this book is first published on QQ Reading, 50,000 words are available, please understand and thank you for your support. As expected, being in danger can stimulate one's potential. After returning from the frozen forest last time, Shui Binger and Zhu Wu began to study the martial soul fusion technique, but did not make a breakthrough. Facing the siege of the bluefin sawfish, the soul power and physical strength of the teammates gradually became exhausted. At this critical moment, Shui Binger broke out and completed the martial soul fusion technique with Zhu Wu. Xiao Han knew that their martial soul fusion technique would have another form, turning ice and snow into a whirlpool of ice and snow, giving the opponent a continuous cutting attack. The lake was frozen, and even teammates felt a biting cold. Such a powerful martial soul fusion technique also consumed a lot of Shui Binger's soul power, and this was her first time to successfully perform it, and she had not yet fully adapted. Hiro, go kill it quickly, okay, Hiro finally came to her senses. Under Shui Binger's control, the frozen bluefin sawfish only showed its head. Hiro used her soul power to condense a sharp water blade, which hit its head accurately and killed it. A wisp of purple mist slowly rose from the body of the bluefin sawfish. After confirming that it was dead, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. But their crisis was not over. Having consumed a lot of soul power, Shui Binger's face was a little pale. Having just been besieged by the school of fish, the weaker members of the team, Shen Liu, Qiu Ruishu and Shui Yuir, all suffered minor injuries to varying degrees. It was too dangerous to absorb the soul ring on the lake. Xiao Han said, Binger's soul power is too much, and she can't hold on for long. The target soul beast has been killed. Let's go to the shore. Sister Hiro will pull the soul ring to the shore and absorb it. Okay, you go first, I'll cover you. Xiao Han, be careful then, don't worry, it'll be fine. Shui Binger unfrozen and flew to the shore with Zhu Wu. Hiro, Shen Liu, Jiu Shui and Shui Yu released their own martial arts and swam towards the shore at high speed. At the moment Shui Binger unfrozen, the largest bluefin sawtooth fish seemed to come alive again. It opened its huge mouth and roared angrily, feeling unwilling to accept the failure of the tribe. Its huge mouth suffered a heavy blow from Xiao Han, and many teeth were broken and blood was all over its mouth. But it still sent out a water blade and attacked Xiao Han. Xiao Han shot an arrow calmly and hit the water blade. The bluefin sawtooth fish stopped attacking when it saw that the situation was hopeless. Xiao Han looked down at it from the air and said coldly, you ignorant creature, I will spare you today, but I will come back to take your life in the future and make it my sister's soul ring. After Xiao Han finished speaking, he spread his wings and flew away, returning to the shore. Lin Zhiruo smiled and said, facing the siege of the fish school, you did a good job and remain calm. Not only did you successfully hunt down the target soul beast, but Binger and Zhu Wu also completed the martial soul fusion technique in the process. The girls were all very happy. The martial soul fusion technique of the two captains has finally been completed, which will surely be a great help to our team. Yes. It is too powerful. Lin Zhiruo looked at Shui Binger, her eyes full of relief. Binger, you have consumed too much soul power. Sit down and adjust your state. Yes, Hiro, pull the soul ring over, adjust your state, and prepare to absorb it. Okay, the 1,000-year-old purple soul ring has condensed into shape, and under Hiro's traction, it slowly came to the shore. Gu Qingbo suddenly said, Xiao Han, are you injured? In the battle with the bluefin sawfish leader, Xiao Han's arm was scratched by dense water blades, and blood oozed out. Xiao Han said calmly, this is just a minor injury, it's okay. Aren't you injured too? You are all delicate and tender, don't leave scars, I will treat you first. Xiao Han took out a homemade plaster from the storage container. Shen Liu and Qiu Ruishu also had scratches on their arms, and Xiao Han treated their wounds. Gu Qingbo and Shui Yuir are quick attack types, faster, and only suffered some scratches. After Xiao Han treated Gu Qingbo's wound, Shui Yuir stretched out her white and tender little hand. Xiao Han grabbed Shui Yuir's hand and said with a smile, Junior sister, I can blow on this little wound and it will heal. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, Stop making trouble. I'll apply some medicine to you to avoid scars. After treating everyone's wounds, Xiao Han treated the wound on his arm last. Liu Yan said, fortunately, Xiao Han knows medical skills and can relieve everyone's pain. Xiao Han sighed. Unfortunately, I'm not a healer and my healing ability is limited. If I encounter a serious injury, I can't do anything. It would be great if we had a healer like Yi Lingling in our team. Speaking of healing ability, Xiao Han blurted out. Yi Lingling? Who is she? Everyone was a little curious. Xiao Han suddenly had an idea and explained, last time in the palace, I heard His Royal Highness the Crown Prince mention that in this year's team of the Royal Academy, there is a soul master with super healing abilities named Yi Lingling, and her martial soul is the nine-hearted begonia, so it's a nine-hearted begonia soul master. No wonder, Lin Zhiruo went on. The nine-hearted begonia martial soul can be said to be the smallest number of martial souls in the entire Douluo continent. They are single-line lineage, and there are only 2 nine-hearted begonia soul masters alive at the same time. The nine-hearted begonia soul master is also a special existence. No matter how many soul rings they have, they only have one healing soul skill. Therefore, their healing abilities are very strong. No matter how serious the injury is, it can be healed. As long as they have a breath left, they will not die. After hearing Lin Zhiruo's explanation, the girls were shocked. It's really powerful to maximize a single healing ability. Yes. Although the healing ability of the nine-hearted begonia soul master is strong, it has the problem of insufficient attack power, so it is protected by the Xian Dao royal family and used by the royal family. It's not surprising that Yi Lingling appears in the Royal Academy team. Xiao Han suddenly said, I heard that Yi Lingling also has water attributes. Well, even if she has water attributes, so what? We can't compete with a Royal Academy, forget it. There is no healer in our team. You have to be more careful in actual combat in the future to avoid injuries, understood? Okay, while Hiro is absorbing the soul ring, you should also sit down and practice to recover your condition. Okay, then, several people sat down to practice. 3 hours later, Hiro completely absorbed the 1,000-year soul ring, and her soul power increased by 1 level, and she obtained the 3rd soul skill, Sawtooth Water Blade. Lin Zhiruo gathered everyone together. We have 1 more soul master in our team, and now we have 4 fighting soul masters. Qingbo, Liu, Ruoshu, Yuir, the 4 of you should strive to break through as soon as possible. Yes, we will work hard. Next, I will take you to the Fighting Soul Arena for training to help you improve your practical experience. P.S. The Fighting Soul Arena will end soon. 3 chapters will be updated today. I wish you all a happy Mid-Autumn Festival. Chapter 27, Sky Ice Team. Everyone was excited about going to the fighting arena for training. Xiao Han looked at the map and found that they were now in the northwest of the Xingdao Great Forest. If you pass through the fascist province from the northwest, you will reach the Bara Kingdom. The famous Soto Great Fighting Arena is located in the Bara Kingdom. To the northeast of the Bara Kingdom is the SYNOPSIS province, which is closer to Xianshu City. There is also a large fighting arena in the main urban area there. All previous Xianshu Academy teams have practiced in the SYNOPSIS Great Fighting Arena. Xiao Han wanted to go to Soto City, because it is richer and more lively there, and there is a chance to make a lot of money while practicing. Xiao Han walked to Lin Zhiruo and asked softly, Mom, which fighting arena are we going to? The SYNOPSIS Great Fighting Arena. Our Xianshu Academy teams have practiced there before. We have been practicing in the same place all the time. The Soul Masters there may have a good understanding of the attack methods of our water attribute Soul Master team. Why don't we change places? Lin Zhiruo glared at Xiao Han. What do you want to do now? Nothing. I saw on the map that there is a large fighting spirit arena in the territory of the Bara Kingdom not far from here. I know, the Soto Fighting Spirit Arena. That large fighting spirit arena is located in the center of the richest Lima Plain in the Bara Kingdom. It is quite famous and popular. Mom, popular fighting spirit arenas have many masters and are more challenging for us. How about we go there? Lin Zhiruo thought about it and smiled. Your reason is not bad. It successfully convinced me. Then let's go there, okay? Mom, you are so wise. I know what you are thinking. If you win a game in the fighting spirit arena, you can indeed get some bonuses. If you want to achieve this goal, you have to win more games. However, your soul power is only level 34. You have to face many fighting soul masters above level 35 or even with soul power close to level 40. it is not so easy to maintain a high winning rate. In addition, it costs money to register for the competition. Xiao Han smiled disapprovingly. Mom, I know all this. Anyway, I won't let you down. Xiao Han knew the rules of the Fighting Soul Arena. Even if he could win the game, he would only make a small amount of money. If he wanted to make more money, he had to bet. No matter how powerful a soul master was, he only had 3 soul skills without his own soul skills. Xiao Han's second soul skill had reached a millennium level, and his third soul skill not only gave him the ability to fly, but also provided an amplification for the first 2 soul skills. Therefore, he was confident that he could defeat his opponent even if he encountered a higher level fighting soul master. 10 days later, the group arrived at Soto City. Soto City, a shining pearl inlaid in the heart of the Lima Plain, welcomes every traveler who sets foot on this land with its unique prosperity and vitality. On both sides of the street, shops are lined up, and all kinds of signs compete with each other for splendor, showing the richness and diversity of this city. The most eye-catching thing is the towering Soto Great Fighting Arena. It is like a huge silver castle, standing in the core area of the city, and its majestic appearance reveals its solemnity. Shui Yue exclaimed. Soto City is much more prosperous than our Xianshu city. Of course, this is a rich plain area, and it is the core area of the kingdom. There are many rich people. While Xiao Han was talking, he noticed the strange looks of the pedestrians around him. 2 women with excellent temperament, walking on the street with 7 beautiful girls and a boy, are too attractive. Mom, I feel so pressured walking with you bunch of beauties, big and small. Even these passers-by are jealous of me. Otherwise, I might as well change into women's clothes. Don't disgust me, little brat. Alice, you are too beautiful and too ostentatious. How about letting the senior sisters dress up as men? Liu Yan smiled and said, Dean Lin, I think Xiao Han's suggestion is not bad. Shui Binger agreed, yeah, I think it's not bad either. Women dressed up as men. It sounds interesting. Yes, the other girls also agreed with Xiao Han's idea. This is far from Xianshu City, and I don't want you to be too conspicuous, so let's do as Xiao Han wants. After Lin Zhiruo finished speaking, she looked at Xiao Han, who was smug, and said with a sly smile, Xiao Han, after finding a hotel, you can buy men's clothes for everyone. The funds given by the academy do not include buying clothes. This idea is proposed by you, and you have to pay for it yourself. If the money is not enough, I will pay for it first, and you can pay me back later. Lin Zhiruo wanted to empty Xiao Han's wallet and didn't want him to bet in the fighting spirit arena, so she deliberately said this. Shui Binger said, Dean Lin, let's pay for the clothes ourselves. Yes, we can pay for it ourselves. Xiao Han shook his head. No need, just think of it as me buying it for my senior sisters. Men should be more generous. The money for buying clothes will be earned from the fighting spirit arena. Xiao Han, then you have to win a few more games, it must be. The few of them talked and laughed all the way and found a hotel to stay. After settling everything, Lin Zhiruo took Xiao Han out to buy more than a dozen sets of men's clothing. They planned to go to the fighting spirit arena tonight. After dinner, Shui Binger and the others changed into the newly bought men's clothing. Xiao Han saw the girls dressed as men and joked, senior sisters have a good foundation. After putting on men's clothing, each of them is a handsome young man in the surrounding area, more handsome than me. It's because you chose the clothes well. Here Lin Zhiruo came in front of the few people, saw their appearance, and nodded slightly. Well, this is not bad, much more low-key. We will go to the fighting spirit arena now. If there is a suitable opportunity, we will participate in a group battle tonight. So, each of you must be prepared, understood, for the upcoming fighting spirit competition. Several people are looking forward to it. Okay, let's go. Then, the group left the hotel and went to the fighting spirit arena. As night fell, Soto City showed another charming scene. The lights were brilliant, decorating the entire city like daytime. On the way, Lin Zhiruo briefly explained the rules of the fighting spirit arena to everyone. Do you understand? Yes, okay. Tonight, Zhu will not play first, and the 7 of you will play. I hope you can win the first game. Don't worry, Dean Lin, we won't let you down. Everyone in the team was confident. The group soon arrived outside the fighting spirit arena. Before the game time, many people had gathered around the fighting spirit arena, and the bustling audience and soul masters entered one after another. Xiao Han reminded, we are about to enter the fighting spirit arena, and we have to give the team a name. After a few people thought about it, Shui Binger said, "We are all from Xianshu College, but it is not appropriate to expose the name of the college. How about calling it Xianbing Team?" "Well, it sounds quite smooth. This name is not bad," everyone agreed. "Okay, then use this." Then, Xiao Han and his group entered the big fighting spirit arena. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 28. A group of pretty boys. Xiao Han knew the fighting spirit rules of the Soto fighting spirit arena very well. He took his team members to the front desk to register and sign up, preparing to participate in the team battle tonight. The team battle competition is based on the highest level in the team, so their opponents are only at the highest level of the fighting spirit. The Soto fighting spirit arena has only one central fighting spirit area, but there are 24 branch fighting spirit arenas, which can accommodate 60,000 spectators at the same time. Tonight is the first time that the Xianbing team has come here to compete. They don't have enough points, so they can only compete in the branch fighting spirit arenas. Compared with the main fighting spirit arena, the opponents in the branch fighting spirit arenas are not as strong and the popularity is not as high. But it doesn't matter, as long as the bets can make money. The Xianbing team was assigned to the 12th branch fighting spirit arena. After confirming the match, Zhu followed the two teachers to the audience seats of the 12th fighting spirit arena. Xiao Han and his group of 7 came to the Soul Master rest area. This area is quite spacious, and many Soul Masters are already sitting here, waiting to participate in the fighting spirit competition. Some of them were meditating, some were resting with their eyes closed, and some were observing other spirit masters. The arrival of Xiao Han and his group did not attract much attention, because the girls were all dressed as men. In the eyes of those older spirit masters, they were just a group of young people who were not very experienced in the world. There was a huge floor-to-ceiling window in the rest area, from which you could see the situation in the fighting spirit field. The entire fighting spirit field was like a huge bowl, with the arena at the bottom and the audience seats around it. Tonight's game was about to begin. Xiao Han was not very interested in other people's games. He wanted to win the first victory with the team and also wanted to make money. They were new here and were a rookie group. They had no previous record to check, and it was a complete blank. The fighting spirit field usually offered higher odds for such rookie groups. Xiao Han gathered several people together. "Have you thought about the battle strategy for tonight?" Shui Binger said. "I will use the freezing skill to freeze all their feet first, and you will take the opportunity to launch an attack and knock them out of the ring in the shortest time. How about it?" "Okay, I think so too. Then it's settled. We must win tonight. The Xianbing team will win." Xiao Han smiled. "Since everyone is so confident, should we make some bets?" Shen Liuyu asked curiously. "Xiao Han, what bets are you talking about?" "The fighting spirit arena will open a bet for our Xianbing team, and we just bet on ourselves to win. We are a rookie team, and the odds are higher. This is a good opportunity to make money." "I see. I have used up all my money to buy clothes. Do you have money with you? Lend me some first, and we will share the money we make." Several girls understood what Xiao Han meant. Xianshu College provides free food and accommodation for students, and they only use money when they go out. Therefore, they don't carry much money with them. "I have 500 gold soul coins here, all for you," Shui Binger said as she took out a purse from her soul guide and handed it to Xiao Han. "I have 400 here, give it to you too. I have 500 here, give it to you, my 500, all for you." The girls all trusted Xiao Han and handed him their money. There were 2,800 gold soul coins in total. 2,800, I want to make money. Not bad, it's a good sign. Xiao Han put away the gold soul coins. "You trust me so much, I definitely can't let you lose. Wait here, I'll go place the bets and be back soon." Xiao Han happily came to the front desk. Before the game, no one knew who their opponent was. Therefore, the big screen above the front desk only displayed the odds of each team in the fighting arena. The higher the winning rate of the team, the lower the odds, and vice versa. Several people were placing bets at the front desk. "Look, the team with the highest odds tonight is the Xianbing team, which is as high as 3-1. It has been a long time since such high odds have appeared. What Xianbing team? I have never seen it before." It must be a very weak rookie team that would give such high odds. Yes, only a big fool would buy them. As the few people were talking, Xiao Han put all 2,800 gold soul coins on it. 2,800, all for the Xianbing team. The waiter looked at Xiao Han in surprise, feeling that he looked familiar, but couldn't remember. Are you sure? Of course, just place the bet for me, okay. Here is the receipt, please take it. Xiao Han put away the receipt and left the front desk in the surprised eyes of the few people. The waiter shook his head. The Xianbing team is a brand new team, and there is not even one soul master above level 35 in the team, and there are 4 soul masters below level 30, so they offer such high odds. I'm afraid that 2,800 gold soul coins will be wasted. That man looks so familiar. Is he a member of the Xianbing team? Xiao Han returned to the soul master rest area. Xiao Han, have you bought it? Yes. As expected, they offered us a relatively high odds, 1 to 3. This is also the highest odds in the 12th minute of the soul fighting field tonight. Huh? The highest odds? Who are you looking down on? Shui Yuer pouted her little mouth, a little angry. Xiao Han smiled and said, if we win the game tonight, we can get 8,400 gold soul coins, and make a net profit of 5,600, which is a good thing. Then we will prove to them with our actions that we are a new team, but not rookies. Yes, Xianbing team, must win. Several people were in the rest area, waiting to go on stage. An hour later, the host's voice came from the loudspeaker. The next battle will be a group battle, between the 7 Stars and the Sky Ice. The 7 Stars have won 3 consecutive victories in the previous soul fighting competition, while the Sky Ice is a brand new team that is appearing in the Soto soul fighting arena for the first time. Who will win this game? Let's wait and see. Please invite the 2 teams to come on stage. Xiao Han and the girls smiled at each other. It's finally our turn to go on stage. Let's show them some color, okay? Xiao Han and his friends walked through the Soul Master channel and slowly walked onto the stage under the gaze of thousands of spectators. The members of the 7 Stars also walked onto the stage one by one and stood on the opposite side of them. The 7 people were all men, all over 20 years old, 3 strong men, 3 thin and tall men, and a short man who was less than 1.6 meters tall. One of the strong men said to the short man, "Boss, our opponents tonight are a bit weak. They are a group of young boys who are still wet behind the ears. They are all white and clean, like women." The short man looked at Shui Binger and Xiao Han, who were standing at the front of the team, grinned, very proud. "It seems that you two are the leaders. Little white faces are not suitable to come to this kind of place. Take the initiative to admit defeat, so that you can avoid physical pain." Xiao Han smiled disdainfully and retorted, "Shorty, you should be the one who takes the initiative to admit defeat, asshole. Who are you calling a shorty? What? You don't admit that you are short? I am not even 12 years old, but I am taller than you." The short man was furious. "Stinky boy, you are so arrogant at such a young age. Let's see how I will deal with you later, shorty." It's not certain who will deal with whom. Before the game started, a strong smell of gunpowder appeared on the ring. Seeing this, the host quickly said, "Please ask both teams to release their martial spirits. The match will officially begin in 1 minute." Chapter 29. 1 minute. Too fast. As soon as the host finished speaking, the 14 people on the stage dispersed and formed a battle formation. On the Xianbing team side, Shui Binger stood alone at the front, and Xiao Han and others stood in a row behind Shui Binger. On the 7 Stars team side, they formed a 1-2-3-1 formation, with a short captain standing at the front. Xiao Han guessed that the person standing alone at the back should be an assistant. Then, the 14 people released their own martial spirits. Seeing the martial spirits of the Xianbing team, the people of the 7 Stars team were stunned. With the appearance of Shui Binger's Ice Phoenix martial spirit, the stage seemed to be instantly shrouded in the cold wind of winter, and the ice blue light overflowed, and even the water vapor in the air began to condense into tiny ice crystals. Shui Binger's eyes flashed with determination and coldness, as if they could freeze opponents. A crystal-clear longbow emitting a faint cold light appeared in Xiao Han's left hand, and the ice blue arrow seemed to be integrated with his right arm, revealing a heart-pounding sharpness and coldness. The temperature on the ring suddenly dropped, and the audience also felt a piercing chill. Xiao Han stared coldly at the short captain opposite him, as if he had seen the dawn of victory. Although the martial spirits of Yu Herao and Shui Yuer were not as domineering as the Ice Phoenix and the True Ice Bow, They were all attack-type spirit masters, and they all had the same attribute, water attribute. Seeing this, the members of the 7 Stars team all changed their expressions slightly. They obviously did not expect that these seemingly immature teenagers actually had excellent martial spirits, especially the captain who had a top East martial spirit, the Ice Phoenix. Seeing the Ice Phoenix martial spirit, the audience was also stunned. It's actually the top East spirit, the Ice Phoenix. That guy's spirit is the Ice Bow, and there's an Ice Phoenix in his team. No wonder he dares to confront the captain of the 7 Stars team. No. Look carefully, his spirit is not just the Ice Bow, but also the Ice Arrow. No way? The Ice Bow and Ice Arrow appear on one person at the same time. This spirit is too weird, isn't it? Xiao Han saw the spirits of the 7 people on the opposite side and smiled disdainfully. The spirit of the dwarf captain is the long-armed spirit ape, and he is obviously a spirit master of the agility attack department. The 2 strong men standing behind him have the same spirit, both are gorillas, and are strength-type spirit masters. The 3 people standing behind the 2 strong men have the spirits of the giant rat, the iron hammer, and the long spear respectively. The man standing at the back is, as Xiao Han expected, an auxiliary teacher, and his spirit is a light red scepter. Xiao Han guessed that the man might be a healer who can restore health for his teammates. But it doesn't matter, because he has no chance to make a move. Under the gaze of the audience, the 14 people on the stage released their own spirit rings and prepared to enter the battle. The entire arena was suddenly filled with white, yellow and purple, dazzling. The 7 Stars team were all above the level of the War Soul Master. Some of their spirit rings were white, yellow and purple, and some were white, yellow and yellow. Only the short captain had the best spirit ring configuration of yellow, yellow and purple. The short captain was the strongest in the team, with a spirit power of level 39, and was only one step away from becoming a War Soul sect. Although there were 4 great spirit masters with spirit power less than level 30 on the Xianbing team, all 7 of them, without exception, started with a 100-year spirit ring, and all were the best spirit ring configuration. What shocked everyone was that Xiao Han's spirit rings were arranged in yellow, purple and the second spirit ring reached the 1000-year level. This kind of talent is extremely rare even in the entire spirit master world. At this time, Xiao Han was the most handsome guy on the field, and his limelight even surpassed Shui Binger, who had the top East martial spirit Ice Phoenix. The audience was once again in an uproar, and everyone started talking about it. Look, that kid's second soul ring has reached the 1000-year level. Yes, this has never happened in the Soto Great Soul Arena, let alone the Soto Great Soul Arena. I have lived for 30 years and I have never heard of any soul master whose second soul ring has reached 1000 years. No wonder that kid is so arrogant. This group of immature teenagers may be able to stop the 7 Stars team from winning streak. Those spectators who were not optimistic about the Xianbing team from the beginning changed their attitudes after seeing their martial spirits and soul rings. The game officially begins. With a loud announcement of the host, the battle between the 2 sides kicked off. Without any hesitation, Shui Binger's first soul ring suddenly flashed, and the first soul skill, Frozen, was activated. This is an instant skill with a group restriction effect. The arena instantly turned into an icy battlefield. Almost at the same time, Xiao Han and others also moved. Leave that dwarf captain to me. The feet of the 7 Stars team members were firmly locked by the solid ice, unable to move, and could only watch the Xianbing team members approaching quickly. This scene made the audience present marvel at the power of the Ice Phoenix martial spirit. The short captain, as the core of the 7 Stars team, showed his strength as the boss. He actually used the surging soul power in his body to forcibly shatter the ice under his feet, intending to counterattack. However, no matter how fast he moved, he was not faster than Xiao Han's frost shooting that had been ready for a long time. The ice blue arrow cut through the air, with a piercing chill, and hit the short captain accurately. The moment the arrow touched the long-armed ape martial spirit, it seemed as if time had stagnated. The huge impact force shook him back again and again. The captain was shocked to find that the opponent's attack actually had a deceleration effect. As a spirit master of the agile attack system, the biggest advantage is speed. The speed is limited, which is undoubtedly fatal. While being shaken back, the short captain quickly stabilized his body with his small and agile figure, and the third spirit ring on his body also lit up, ready to launch a counterattack. But Xiao Han would not give him any breathing space. Xiao Han stretched out his body, and the icy wings behind him suddenly opened. With the help of the amplification of the third soul skill, he not only improved his speed and agility, but also doubled the attack power and deceleration effect of the frost shot. He drew the bow again and shot another arrow. This arrow contained even more terrifying power and chill. Under the stronger deceleration effect, the short captain's movement seemed a little clumsy. The frost shot hit him again accurately. The powerful impact force plus the superimposed deceleration effect made him completely lose his balance. The whole person flew out of the ring like a kite with a broken string and fell heavily on the open space outside the ring. At the same time, the other members of the Xianbing team were not idle. Yu Harao, Shui Yuir and others each displayed their most powerful soul skills. Attacks such as the Sawtooth Water Blade, 0-degree impact, and the power of the giant crocodile poured down like raindrops. The two guerrilla martial soul masters broke free from the ice with their powerful strength, but Shui Binger's 1,000-year soul skills followed. An ice blue halo hit them hard, and with the attack of his teammates, they were quickly blasted out of the ring. The entire battle, from start to finish, took less than a minute, but it was enough for everyone present to remember it. Chapter 30, Victory in Every Battle. The entire battle was over in less than a minute. Too fast. The Xianbing team defeated the Seven Stars team, which had won 3 consecutive victories, with an absolute advantage, and won this seemingly uneven duel. The Xianbing team is so powerful. The Xianbing team, composed of 3 War Soul Masters and 4 Great Soul Masters, defeated the Seven Stars team, composed of 7 War Soul Masters, in less than a minute. I've seen many weak teams defeat strong ones, but I've never seen this. In the audience, cheers and exclamations came one after another, and people cheered for the outstanding performance of the Xianbing team. No one expected that this group of seemingly immature teenagers actually possessed such amazing strength. Zhuwu stood between Lin Zhiruo and Liu Yan, watching her teammates win their first victory so easily, and felt a little envious. Xiao Han, Binger and the others are so amazing. I really want to share this joy with them, Lin Zhiruo said calmly. We won this battle by surprise. The opponent didn't know us and underestimated us. Starting tomorrow, Binger and the others won't win so easily, Liu Yan said. Dean Lin, I believe that with Xiao Han and Binger's tactical qualities, even if the opponent knows them, they won't win easily. Who knows? Let's see later. After Lin Zhiruo finished speaking, she turned around and gently patted Zhuwu's shoulder. Zhuwu, the martial soul fusion technique of you and Binger is enough to defeat opponents at the Soul King level. It is the strongest killer in our team and cannot be easily displayed on the stage. Yes. Dean Lin, I understand. Although you are an auxiliary teacher, you also need to improve your combat skills. Starting tomorrow, you can form a duo with Binger and participate in 2-on-2 competitions. You can also participate in team battles, but you can't use ice and snow piling. Okay, I understand. Zhuwu is looking forward to fighting on the stage tomorrow night. The strong defeated the weak, and the whole battle ended in 1 minute. For the Seven Stars team, this was a great shame and a complete loss of face. They all looked ashen and left in embarrassment. On the stage, Xiao Han high-fived the girls one by one to celebrate their first victory. We were able to win so easily, all thanks to Binger's preemptive strike. Yes, the captain's group restriction caught them off guard, the host announced. In this fighting spirit competition, the Xianbing team won, with a record of 1 win and no losses. Please go to the service desk to collect the points and the corresponding gold soul coins. Xiao Han smiled proudly and took out the ticket. Let's go to the front desk to collect the money. The group of 8 people happily came to the front desk. Xiao Han handed the ticket to the waiter. The waiter looked at the few people with a surprised face. He never thought that they would defeat the Seven Stars team, which was composed of all fighting soul masters. After the waiter registered the points for the Xianbing team, he settled the 8,400 gold soul coins that Xiao Han won by betting. Seeing Lin Zhiruo, Liu Yan and Zhuwu coming over, Xiao Han quickly collected the money. Lin Zhiruo said, You performed well tonight, especially Binger. Dean Lin, our victory is the result of the joint cooperation and efforts of the whole team. Binger, you are too modest. Lin Zhiruo looked around and found that they attracted a lot of attention. Those people seemed to be talking about them. This is not a place to talk, let's go back and talk. Okay, then. The group left the fighting arena and returned to the hotel. Lin Zhiruo gathered everyone together. You all know that the fighting arena has badge levels and points rules, but we don't need those empty names. The main purpose is to improve your actual combat experience. We will train here for a month. I have made a special training plan for you. Starting from tomorrow night, each of you will participate in 2 games every day. Team battles, 2-on-2 or 1-on-1 are all fine. Any questions? Of course, everyone was very excited. Lin Zhiruo continued, although you have won a victory, don't be careless. Because the opponent lost because he underestimated you and didn't know you well. Starting from tomorrow night, you won't win so easily, got it? Dean Lin, there are 8 people in our team, but only 7 can play. Doesn't that mean one person can't participate in the team battle every night? Yes, the player who is on a bye can participate in the 1-on-1 and 2-on-2 games. In order to make the game more challenging, I have divided you into 2 teams, then, Lin Zhiruo made detailed arrangements. There are 4 Soul Masters and 4 Great Soul Masters in the team. Lin Zhiruo wants a Soul Master to take a Great Soul Master to participate in the 2-on-2 Soul Master level game, which is more challenging for both. But as an auxiliary master, Zhiruo has weaker attack power. When she teams up with a Great Soul Master and encounters 2 Soul Masters, it is difficult for her to win. Therefore, Xiao Han, Shui Binger and Yu Harao have to participate in more games. The 3 of them will team up with Gu Qingbo, Shen Liuyu, Qiu Ruishu and Shui Yuer respectively. This means that Xiao Han and Shui Binger may need to participate in 3 games in one night. Do you understand my arrangement? Yes, too many games will consume your energy. I will try to stagger your schedule so that you can only participate in 2 games per night. Xiao Han's physique is better than yours. He can participate in 3 games in one night, Xiao Han smiled. Of course, I can make more money by participating in more games and winning more games, don't be so proud. Be serious when you compete, got it? Okay, it's getting late. You should rest early. After Lin Zhiruo left, Xiao Han stayed in the girls' room. He took out the 8,400 gold soul coins. Sisters, I will return the principal to you first. I will use the money I earned to place bets, and then we can share the money together, how about that? Of course, no problem, it's all earned anyway. Xiao Han, you are really amazing, you earned 5,600 gold soul coins in one go? Zhu Wu said. Xiao Han, I didn't help you tonight, so I'll give you 400 gold soul coins, just enough to make up 6,000, okay. I know that if you fight with us tonight, you will definitely lend me money. We are all a whole, and of course we have to share the money we earn. However, starting from tomorrow night, it will not be so easy to make money. After seeing our strength, the odds they offer us will definitely get lower and lower. Who cares, as long as we can win? Yes, Xian Shu will win. Several people talked and laughed, named different 7-man and 2-man teams, and looked forward to more games. A month passed quickly. Xiao Han and his 8 companions became the stars of the Soto Grand Fighting Soul Arena with their outstanding performance. Especially Xiao Han and Shui Binger. In this month, they never lost any game they participated in. Xiao Han even created a feat of participating in 3 games every night for a month and winning every game. Chapter 31, Showdown, Go Pick the Magic Herb. After a month of actual combat training, everyone in the Xianshu team has made considerable progress. They have improved their combat skills, gained more actual combat experience, and have a better understanding of each other. In this month, Xiao Han participated in the most battles and won the most games. He won all 100 games in the Great Fighting Soul Arena. This devilish training also allowed his soul power to break through again, reaching level 35. In addition to Xiao Han, Shui Binger participated in the most battles and broke through level 34. Zhu Wu is level 33. Yu Harao is level 31. Gu Qingbo is level 28. Shen Liuyu and Qiu Ruishu are both level 27. Shui Yuer is level 26. With Xiao Han's reminder, Shui Binger and Zhu Wu realized another form of martial soul fusion skills, turning the snowflakes in the sky into snowflake blades, forming an ice and snow vortex to continuously cut and attack the opponent. This martial soul fusion skill has great lethality and is also regarded by Lin Zhiruo as the team's trump card, which is forbidden to be used on the ring of the Fighting Soul Arena. What they gained is not only the improvement of strength, but also money. Although the odds offered by the Soul Fighting Arena were getting lower and lower, Xiao Han still relied on his extraordinary courage and confidence to earn 30,000 gold soul coins by betting and winning the game. When they left, the director of the Soul Fighting Arena breathed a sigh of relief. Although Xiao Han had an impressive record of winning all battles, the number of matches he participated in, whether it was a team battle or a duel, was not fixed, and he did not enter the main soul fighting arena. Therefore, several major families did not place a heavy bet on Xiao Han, otherwise the soul fighting arena would lose a lot. Although Xiao Han did not enter the main soul fighting arena to compete, he was fully capable of doing so. The Soto soul fighting arena was destined to leave a legend about him. This night was the last night that Xiao Han and his friends stayed in the hotel. Tomorrow, they would set off to return to Xianxia City. Xiao Han came to the girls' room and divided the money with them. Senior sisters, in this month, I have earned more than 20,000 gold soul coins with the capital you initially lent me. Together with the prize money I won from winning the game with you, the total is 30,000. 30,000? So much? Several girls widened their eyes in shock. They devoted themselves to the game, and Xiao Han was responsible for placing bets and collecting prize money. Unexpectedly, there would be so much money. If the fighting spirit field had not deliberately lowered our odds, we could have earned more. Xiao Han, don't be so greedy, this is already a lot. Yet, I didn't expect that we could earn so much money after coming here to train. For the girls, this was simply an unexpected surprise. Xiao Han smiled and suggested, let's divide these 30,000 gold soul coins equally among the 8 of us. Shui Binger shook her head. No. You've been worrying about this all along. It's not fair to you to split it equally. You should get more than us. The captain is right. If it weren't for Xiao Han, we wouldn't have won so much money. Yet, Xiao Han spent a lot of money on buying clothes for us. The girls politely declined. Shui Binger suggested, how about we each get 2,000 and give the rest to Xiao Han? Okay, I agree. Xiao Han shook his head. No. This startup capital is all yours. We agreed to split it equally. I feel bad for taking too much. How about this? I'll give each of you 3,000 and the remaining 9,000 will belong to me. The girls no longer refused. Okay, that's it. Before you go back tomorrow, you can use this money to buy what you like. Anyway, it's all one, so it's better to spend it. Great. Haha. After Xiao Han and the girls divided the money, they came to Lin Zhiruo's room. Mom, here are 8,000 gold soul coins for you. Lin Zhiruo was a little surprised to see those large bills. Where did you get so much money? I won it. Didn't I tell you before that the soul fighting arena is a good place to make money? In fact, I made 30,000 yuan, and I split some of it with Binger and the others. What? 30,000 yuan? Lin Zhiruo was incredulous. In order to prevent Xiao Han from betting in the soul fighting arena, Lin Zhiruo had already emptied his wallet, but she didn't expect that he actually made so much money. Later, Xiao Han told Lin Zhiruo about the incident. Lin Zhiruo said with a doting look, you little brat have grown up, your wings are getting stronger and stronger, and you are getting more and more disobedient. Since you have worked so hard this month, I won't bother with you. Mom, you are the best. Okay, we will go back after we finish shopping tomorrow morning. Okay, I got it. The next day, Xiao Han and his group went shopping happily, and left Soto City after lunchtime passed quickly, and it was late September in a blink of an eye. In these 3 or 4 months, Xiao Han's soul power increased by 1 level, reaching level 36. In recent days, Xiao Han has been planning how to go to the yin-yang eye of ice and fire to pick the immortal grass. October 6th is the day when Prince Zuxing holds a birthday banquet. As Prince Zuxing's guest, Douluo will probably appear at the birthday banquet. That day is the perfect time to go to the yin-yang eye of ice and fire to pick the immortal grass. With his superb medical skills, Xiao Han has developed an antidote that can resist the venom of the green-scaled snake. But he knows that it is still difficult for him to enter and exit the yin-yang eye of ice and fire and successfully pick the immortal grass there within a day. If he is not careful, his life may be lost there. Therefore, Lin Zhiruo needs to go with him. After several years of training, Lin Zhiruo's soul power has also increased by several levels, and now it has reached level 78. She is a spirit master of the agility attack system. With her, this operation will be more secure. However, Xiao Han didn't know how to ask her. After hesitating for several days, Xiao Han decided to confess his thoughts to her. After the training that day, Lin Zhiruo said to everyone, I have seen your efforts during this period. King Bo has broken through level 29, Liu Ayu and Ruishu have broken through level 28, and Yuir has also broken through level 27, and is not far from level 30. You should strive to break through as soon as possible, and then we will go to the Xingdao Great Forest to find a suitable soul beast to help you obtain the 3rd soul ring. Okay, Several people were very excited. Looking at the players in front of her, Lin Zhiruo's eyes were full of expectations. The overall strength of the 8 players of the Xianshu team is better than any previous session. Lin Zhiruo believes that they will definitely create a more brilliant record for Xianshu College. After the training camp ended, Xiao Han stayed. "Mom, I want to go to Xiandao City to meet the Crown Prince Zuking. Can you go with me?" "Why go to see him? Did he ask you to go?" "Yes. I made an appointment with him last time and we will meet in early October this year." Chapter 32 Jinring Su, you have the guts. Lin Zhiruo was half believing and half doubting what Xiao Han said. She guessed that Xiao Han wanted to make trouble again. Xiao Han said seriously, "Mom, I have indeed made an appointment with His Royal Highness the Crown Prince to meet, and I am about to do something that can change the fate of our Xianshu team members. I want to help Xianshu Academy win the championship of the Soul Master competition." This time, Xiao Han did not want to hide anything and planned to tell Lin Zhiruo the truth. Only in this way, Lin Zhiruo would be willing to go to the yin-yang eyes of ice and fire with him. After hearing what Xiao Han said, Lin Zhiruo was shocked. It is the goal of Xianshu Academy to surpass the 2 academies of Thunder and Godwind that have always been pressing on their heads. With a powerful Wuhan Hall Academy, the championship of the Soul Master competition is out of reach for them. However, Xiao Han's goal is to lead the team to win the championship. Such a big tone made Lin Zhiruo look confused. "Xiao Han, what are you talking about? What do you mean?" "Mom, I know you will definitely object to this. But I still want to do it. I want to avenge my dead parents and lead the academy to win the Soul Master competition. Although I have good innate qualifications, this is far from enough. I must become stronger. A few years ago, when I went to the Sunset Forest with you and Binger to collect herbs, I smelled the scent of the fairy grass. It was in Douluo's poison array." Lin Zhiruo instantly understood what Xiao Han meant and was immediately furious. "You little brat, it's been a few years, and you're still thinking about the rare and precious herbs there. You've seen Douluo's strength. Is he someone we can afford to offend?" "Mom, don't be angry, listen to me." Seeing that Lin Zhiruo didn't say anything, Xiao Han continued, "In fact, I have been planning this for several years. The last time I went to see Prince Zuking, I not only got the illustrated guide to immortal herbs, but also got a very important piece of information. With information, Prince Zuxing will hold a birthday banquet on the 6th day of October every year. Douluo and Prince Zuxing have a close relationship. He will definitely attend that day and will be in the palace all day. So, you plan to go to Sunset Forest on the 6th day of October and enter Douluo's poison array." Xiao Han nodded. "The Sunset Forest is only 200 miles away from Xiandao City. A whole day is enough for us. Moreover, I have long developed an antidote to break the venom of the green phosphorus snake." Lin Zhiruo thought for a moment. She knew that even she couldn't stop Xiao Han from doing what he was determined to do. But, it was really too dangerous. If she wasn't careful, she and Xiao Han would die in the Sunset Forest. "Xiao Han, according to what you said, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince already knew your plan." "That's right. The Crown Prince is not on the same side as Prince Zuxing and Douluo, and they are even on the opposite side. That's why he helped me. I went to Xiandao City to find him just to confirm whether Douluo would stay in the palace of Zuxing that day." Lin Zhiruo fell silent again. After a long while, she sighed. "Xiao Han, I know that you will definitely do what you decide. I can't watch you fall into danger, so I'll go with you." "Thank you, Mom, you are the best to me." "Okay. I really don't know how long you will be so willful." Although Lin Zhiruo was very angry, she was worried about Xiao Han and decided to accompany him to the Sunset Forest. 10 days later, the two arrived in Xiandao City. That day was October 5th. Xiao Han came to the palace alone to find Zuking. Zuking was very happy to see Xiao Han again after nearly a year. This year, Xiao Han has grown a lot taller and does not look as immature as before. His face has become more resolute, like a handsome boy chasing the wind. "Xiao Han, you are here after all. Why?" "Your Highness doesn't want me to come." Zuking smiled. "I really don't want you to take risks, but I think you will still do it, of course. I have studied the illustrated guide of immortal herbs thoroughly, and it can finally come in handy. You are indeed someone worthy of my help, and I admire your courage. Let me tell you good news. I have confirmed that Douluo has been invited and will appear in the palace tomorrow." "That's great. I have been waiting for this day for several years." Xiao Han was full of expectations. Zhu King continued, since I have helped you, I will be a good person to the end. I can assure you that no matter what, Douluo will not appear in the Sunset Forest tomorrow. One day should be enough for you, right? Thank you, Your Highness. One day is enough. With Zhu King's words, Xiao Han felt more relieved. He knew that Jin Ringsu had many masters around her who were secretly protecting her, and there were even powerful titled Douluo level masters like Snake Spear and Thorny Porpoise. Even if Douluo left the table halfway, Jin Ringsu could send someone to stop him from going to the Sunset Forest. Zhu King took out a sachet from his pocket and handed it to Xiao Han. Here you go. Xiao Han smiled embarrassedly. Your Highness, I just said it casually last time, but you really took it to heart, of course. I said I would give you one, and I will do it naturally. Thank you, Your Highness. Your Highness is thoughtful. Xiao Han quickly took it. Zhu King smiled slightly. You will stay in Xiandao City tonight. I will go to the prince's mansion early tomorrow morning. After seeing Douluo, I will have someone release a sky-high whistle arrow as a signal to notify you. Then, you will go to Sunset Forest, okay? Your Highness is more thoughtful. I hope you can collect the herbs you want, even the immortal herbs? Yes, thank you. Then, Xiao Han said goodbye to Zhu King and left the palace. After meeting Lin Zhiruo, Xiao Han told her about the meeting with Zhu King. Lin Zhiruo was a little confused. Xiao Han, why would His Highness help you so much? You haven't known each other for long, and this is only the third time you have met. Mom, there's a feeling called old friends at first sight. She and I have a connection and can talk well, so she is willing to help me. Maybe it's because he sees your potential. Forget it, let's not talk about this for now. Let's find a place to stay and wait for his news. Yes, then, the two found a hotel in the city center to stay. Early the next morning, they heard the whistling sound of the whistle arrow. Mom, that's the signal from the prince. Douluo is already in the palace. Let's go to Sunset Forest immediately. Okay, the two flew to Sunset Forest at a very fast speed and arrived in less than an hour. Xiao Han, are you tired after flying so fast? No. Mom. Take this detoxification pill and let's quickly enter the poison formation. Well, we must leave here before dark, okay? After taking the detoxification pill, the two flew directly into the green scale snake poison formation set up by Douluo. Xiao Han knew that it was not difficult to find the location of the yin-yang eye of ice and fire. It was in the center of Sunset Forest. There was an inverted cone-shaped valley there, and thick hot air would rise from the valley, and the hot air had a bit of sulfur smell. Xiao Han, what are you looking for? Didn't you say that the herbs you want are in this poison array? There seems to be nothing here, Mom. I found it. Look, it's in the valley. Xiao Han didn't explain too much and flew quickly towards the valley. He knew that the yin-yang eye of ice and fire was at the bottom of the valley. Chapter 33, Ice and Fire Alchemy Body. Xiao Han landed on the top of the mountain, followed by Lin Zhiruo. In front of them was an inverted cone-shaped valley, with thick hot air rising from the valley, and the hot air had a unique smell of sulfur. Lin Zhiruo was a little surprised. Xiao Han, there seems to be a hot spring here. How do you know this place? Mom, there is no time to explain. Let's go down from here. Looking at the dark mountainside, Lin Zhiruo felt even more incredible. It seemed to be a steep cliff, accompanied by thick water mist, bottomless, mysterious and dangerous. Lin Zhiruo didn't know what was underneath, but looking at Xiao Han, he seemed fearless. Mom, I'm exploring the way ahead, you follow me. After Xiao Han finished speaking, he stretched out his body and jumped directly from the bottomless mountainside in front of him. In the blink of an eye, his figure had disappeared in the water mist. Seeing this, Lin Zhiruo jumped down without any hesitation. The two soon arrived at the bottom of the valley. Seeing the situation in the valley, both of them were shocked. There is a hot spring here. The area is not very large, but it is divided into two parts. In the oval pool, the spring water actually has two colors, one is milky white, and the other is vermilion. They are clearly separated and do not infringe on each other. The heat in the valley is generated by the water vapor rising from the spring water. Around this pool of water, there are all kinds of plants, with various shapes and forms, and each one looks unique. Lin Zhiruo was stunned and couldn't help but sighed. What a weird hot spring. Xiao Han, are these the herbs you are looking for? Mom, this is the yin-yang eyes of ice and fire. One eye gives birth to twins, and the two yins counteract each other. It is a treasure land blessed by nature. These are not ordinary herbs, but fairy herbs, yin-yang eyes of ice and fire, yes. The plants here are nourished by the spring water and can grow at a speed of 10 times or even 100 times, and they all absorb the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. Listening to Xiao Han's explanation, Lin Zhiruo couldn't help but take 2 steps forward, but was immediately stopped by Xiao Han. Mom, be careful. Don't get close to it. The seemingly calm spring water contains the extremely cold and hot breath between heaven and earth. The yin-yang eye of ice and fire not only nourishes things, but also has a special effect on the human body. The human body cannot withstand the impact of the 2 extreme attributes of the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. Lin Zhiruo was startled and quickly retreated. Xiao Han, you have to be careful too. Yes, I know. Mom, some of the fairy herbs here are highly toxic, and the picking method is very particular. I will pick them alone. You wait for me for a while, okay? Looking at the dazzling fairy herbs, Xiao Han was very excited. Some of the plants here are not native, but transplanted by Douluo. The characteristics of those transplanted herbs are very obvious. The luster of the flowers, branches and leaves is lighter. They look very ordinary and are far from reaching the level of fairy herbs. Compared with the fairy herbs, they are not worth mentioning. Even picking them is a waste of time. Xiao Han thought that all the fairy herbs that have grown into shape, whether they are top quality or ordinary auxiliary ones, should be taken away, and not a single one should be left for the little punk. Xiao Han began to pick the fairy herbs. Having read the illustrated guide of immortal grasses thoroughly, he knew all kinds of immortal grasses like the back of his hand. After several hours of picking, Xiao Han collected the immortal herbs such as the fragrant Killuo immortal product, the king of immortal grasses, the Killuo tulip, the king of flowers, the heartbroken red acacia, the strange chrysanthemum, the autumn dew of Wengchuan, the coxcomb phoenix sunflower, the 8-petal immortal orchid, the narcissus jade bone, the snow-colored swan kiss, the earth dragon golden melon, and the black jade divine bamboo. The sky gradually darkened, and Lin Zhiruo was a little worried. Xiao Han, it's getting dark, you have picked so many immortal grasses, should we go? Mom, there are 2 more, Xiao Han said, pointing to the 8-angled black ice grass and the fierce fire apricot in the center of the extremely cold and hot springs of the ice and fire yin-yang eye. The 8-angled black ice grass is a rare cold poison immortal product that can make people feel cold and numb. The fierce fire apricot is a highly toxic immortal product of the top fire poison, with a strong flame power. These 2 kinds of immortal herbs are the most special. Once they leave the spring water, their medicinal effects will dissipate in a very short time, so they need to be taken immediately after picking. Moreover, they need to be taken at the same time to achieve the miraculous effect of mutual restraint and yin and yang harmony. Taking any one of them alone will cause sudden death because the body cannot withstand its toxicity. Looking at the 2 immortal herbs, Lin Zhiruo was a little worried. Xiao Han, didn't you say that the spring water is very powerful? Do I have to pick those 2 immortal herbs? Mom, among all the immortal herbs, those 2 are the most important. They can completely change my physique and make me immune to fire and poison. Don't worry, I have a way to pick them. After Xiao Han finished speaking, he released his martial arts spirit and ice wings. The short sword in his right hand swung out, cutting off the octagonal black ice grass, and his figure flashed to the left at the same time. With a condensation of soul power, Xiao Han's hands were wrapped in a layer of extremely cold ice. He used the jade shovel prepared in advance to quickly dig up the fiery apricot by the roots. Under Xiao Han's control, the 2 immortal herbs were thrown out at the same time. In the half-minute of picking the 2 immortal herbs, Xiao Han's body had already reacted. Cold and heat burst out alternately in his body, his blood and ki surged, and his face turned green and red. If he hadn't eaten whale glue and trained his body to be extremely yang and strong, he would not be able to withstand the impact of the 2 extreme auras. Seeing Xiao Han's appearance, Lin Zhiruo was very scared. Xiao Han, how are you? Don't scare me, get out of there quickly. Mom, I've eaten whale glue, I can still hold on, don't worry. After the 2 immortal herbs gathered together, the cold and hot auras disappeared at the same time. At this time, a layer of faint red light covered the star anise mysterious ice grass, and a layer of faint white mist covered the fiery apricot delicate sparse. Xiao Han picked up the 2 immortal herbs without hesitation, stuffed them into his mouth, and ate them in big mouthfuls. Seeing this, Lin Zhiruo became even more nervous. But she knew that Xiao Han had his reasons for doing so. After taking the 2 poisonous herbs, Xiao Han felt no discomfort, only that they tasted good and he felt refreshed. But he knew that this was only a brief calm before the storm. Once the drug took effect, his body would be hit by a huge energy shock. Sure enough, Xiao Han's body soon began to tremble violently. Then, circles of ice blue and fiery red halos appeared on him alternately. Under the influence of extreme cold and heat, his body seemed to be torn apart, and his consciousness gradually became blurred. Although he had been mentally prepared, he never thought it would be so painful. Xiao Han, don't scare me, Lin Zhiruo rushed over desperately. Mom, let's get out of here quickly. Xiao Han fainted after saying that. Xiao Han, Lin Zhiruo picked up Xiao Han without hesitation and flew high. Chapter 34 Douluo's mentality exploded. Xiao Han knew that after absorbing the 8 aniseed ice grass and the fiery apricot, jumping into the yin-yang eye of ice and fire spring would relieve the pain in his body, and the spring water would help him absorb the medicinal effects of the 2 immortal herbs. However, the limited time did not allow him to do so. Even if he jumped into the spring, he would still fall into coma. And Lin Zhiruo could not pull him out of the spring at all. If Douluo returned here tomorrow and found them, they would surely die. Therefore, Xiao Han would rather endure the pain and let Lin Zhiruo take him away from the yin-yang eye of ice and fire. Without the assistance of the spring water, he could still absorb the medicinal effects of the 2 poisonous immortal herbs, but it would take a longer process. Originally, the medicinal effects of the 2 immortal herbs could not be fully absorbed in a short time. Xiao Han was still young and was not in a hurry for success. Saving his life was the most important thing. Fortunately, he had eaten whale glue, and his physique was different from that of ordinary people, so he could barely withstand the impact of the medicinal effects of the 2 immortal herbs. After falling into coma and losing consciousness, he could not feel the pain. Xiao Han knew that the reason why the yin-yang eye of ice and fire was formed was because this was the place where the ice and fire dragon kings fell, and the corpses of the 2 dragon kings were buried at the bottom of the spring. If the dragon bones could be obtained and absorbed, perhaps the power of a true dragon could be obtained, which was after all a divine soul beast. But this could not be completed today. The water in this pool of spring water was bottomless, and in such a short time, Douluo might have returned before the dragon bones were found. Even if the dragon bones could be found, storage and absorption would be a big problem. Xiao Han had a longer-term plan. He wanted to absorb a few immortal herbs first, so that his body, mental strength and overall strength would become stronger, and then find an opportunity to take the dragon bones at the bottom of the spring. Anyway, in this world, he was the only one who knew the secret that there were dragon bones at the bottom of the yin-yang eye of ice and fire. With the dragon bones, those unformed plant seedlings would continue to grow, but they would not reach the immortal level in a short time. Therefore, even if Tang San came here by accident, he would not get any immortal herbs. Lin Zhiruo took Xiao Han out of the sunset forest and came to a small town. Xiao Han was still in a coma, but fortunately his breathing had become stable. The alternation of hot and cold on his body was still going on, but it was not as obvious as before. In a daze, Xiao Han slowly opened his eyes. Xiao Han, you finally woke up. Seeing Xiao Han wake up, Lin Zhiruo was very excited. After leaving the yin-yang eyes of ice and fire, Lin Zhiruo had been very worried about Xiao Han and had not closed her eyes for 3 days and 3 nights. Xiao Han slowly sat up and looked at Lin Zhiruo's haggard face, feeling distressed. It seemed that during his sleep, Lin Zhiruo had aged a lot, with a few more white hairs on her temples and bloodshot eyes. Mom, I'm sorry, it's all my fault. I made you worry, silly child. It's good that you wake up. Lin Zhiruo hugged Xiao Han into her arms, and 2 lines of tears burst out. Xiao Han's eyes were also wet. In this world, Lin Zhiruo is his only relative and the one who loves him the most. Although he lost his parents when he was young, he has never lacked maternal love. After a long time, Lin Zhiruo gradually recovered. Xiao Han, how is your body? How do you feel now? Xiao Han stood up. Although the 2 immortal herbs are both highly toxic, they can restrain each other. Their medicinal effects have not been fully absorbed by me, but I have already felt that my physique has become better and stronger. After Xiao Han finished speaking, he took out 2 immortal herbs from the snow domain soul satin. One was crystal clear, with a faint blue light, no flowers, only a few ice crystal grass leaves similar to swallowtails, and the grass leaves released a faint chill. The other was a Ganoderma lucidum, with a top like a cap, The whole body was purple, and below was an emerald stem with 9 leaves. Mom, this ice swallowtail grass is a perfect match for your ice bird martial spirit. It can improve your speed and cold power. It is tailor-made for you, Xiao Han. Didn't you say that the younger you are when you absorb the fairy grass, the better the effect? At my age, is it still useful? Of course it is useful. I have a way. In order to promote the absorption of the medicinal effect, this one is also prepared for you. Xiao Han handed the 9th grade purple Ganoderma to Lin Zhiruo. Although this 9th grade purple Ganoderma is not a fairy product, it is also one of the best among the Ganoderma lucidum. It has the effect of strengthening the foundation, nourishing the essence, and increasing ki and strength, which is better than a fairy product. You should take this 9th grade purple Ganoderma first, and then take the ice swallowtail grass after the medicinal effect is absorbed. Maybe these 2 fairy herbs can help you break through level 80. Xiao Han wanted to take out the best fairy grass, the king of flowers, acacia heartbroken red, and let Lin Zhiruo pick it to try. However, the man that Lin Zhiruo loved most in her heart was no longer in the world, which might bring her pain, so she gave up the idea. Looking at the 2 strange flowers and plants, Lin Zhiruo was a little at a loss. Xiao Han, I absorbed 2 magical herbs by myself. What about Binger and the others? Mom, don't worry about it. I picked a lot of magical herbs and kept them for them. You haven't closed your eyes for a few days to take care of me. Now absorb this 9th grade purple Ganoderma to replenish your ki and blood. I will protect you, but, you just woke up, don't worry, I'm in the best condition, Xiao Han said as he took the Ganoderma from the stem and handed it to Lin Zhiruo. Lin Zhiruo no longer refused. After taking it, she put it into her mouth, chewed it and swallowed it. Mom, sit down and practice for a while to dissolve the drug, okay? Lin Zhiruo sat cross-legged, collected her mind, and practiced quietly. Xiao Han waited by the side. Time passed by minute by minute. When Lin Zhiruo opened her eyes again, she suddenly felt bright in front of her eyes. Mom, how do you feel? Lin Zhiruo smiled and sat up, all the fatigue on her body disappeared. That Ganoderma is really magical. I feel much better, and it seems that I will break through the bottleneck of level 79. Mom, you look much better, and you look several years younger. After returning to Xianshu City, absorb the ice swallowtail grass again, okay? We have been away from the academy for half a month, and it's time to go back. Well, let's hire a carriage, and you can rest in the carriage for a while. Then, the 2 took the carriage back to Xianshu City. On the other side, the day after the birthday banquet of Prince Zuxing, Douluo returned to the Sunset Forest. But he just returned to the place where he usually practiced, and did not go to the medicine garden. When he came to the medicine garden again, he was shocked by the scene in front of him. It was obvious that someone had been here. The herbs that he regarded as treasures were all gone. The herbs that he couldn't name and contained poison also disappeared. Only the part of the herbs he transplanted was not destroyed. Who is it? Who stole my herbs? Douluo was so angry that a mouthful of blood spurted out of his mouth. Could it be that they didn't? Impossible. Douluo thought of the situation a few years ago when he met Lin Zhiruo and her 3 companions at the edge of whose green scale snake poison formation. I have never heard of anyone in Xianshu College who knows about flowers and herbs, not to mention that the woman brought 2 children with her and introduced herself. Even if she had 10,000 guts, she would not dare to trespass into my medicine garden. The 2 herbs in the center of the spring contain extremely strong poisons. Even I dare not approach them easily, but they were picked by that flower thief. It seems that he is definitely not an ordinary person. In this world, the people who know flowers and herbs best, besides me, are Yang Wudi of the Xingluo Empire and Zhihuaguan, the yin-yang man of the Spirit Hall. Could it really be Zhihuaguan? Damn it. Zhihuaguan, I'm going to settle accounts with you, thinking that the herbs that were carefully cared for might have been stolen by his old enemy Yuguan. Douluo's mentality exploded and he vomited blood again. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 35 Cold Fire. On the way back to Xianshu City, Lin Zhiruo completely absorbed the medicinal properties of the 9th grade purple fungus through cultivation. After returning to Xianshu City, Xiao Han did not rush back to the academy, but returned home with Lin Zhiruo first. Xiao Han took out the ice swallowtail grass. Mom, it's quiet at home. You can take this fairy grass now. I'll protect you. Aren't you going to find Binger and the others? I'll call Binger and the others after you absorb the fairy grass. Okay, Lin Zhiruo nodded with relief. She found that after experiencing this incident, Xiao Han seemed to be much more sensible. Later, under Xiao Han's protection, Lin Zhiruo completely absorbed the fairy grass. Mom, how do you feel? Lin Zhiruo stared at Xiao Han, feeling unbelievable. After absorbing the 9th grade purple fungus, Lin Zhiruo felt that her soul power was about to break through the bottleneck of level 79. After absorbing the ice swallowtail grass, her soul power directly broke through level 80. Xiao Han, this is amazing. I actually broke through level 80, Xiao Han smiled proudly. Congratulations, Mom. You will be promoted to Soul Douluo soon. I also want to congratulate myself. My background is even stronger. Haha, Lin Zhiruo also smiled. Since I broke through level 70, each level has become more difficult. I didn't expect that I could become a Soul Douluo before the age of 50. Xiao Han, I also want to thank you, Mom. I also want to absorb the fairy grass. Well, you absorb it, and I will protect you, okay? After Xiao Han finished speaking, he took out a fairy grass. It is green all over, with 3 snow-white leaves in the center. There are a few drops of water in the center of the leaves, which look like morning dew. This is the Hope Dew. Although the Hope Dew is only an auxiliary fairy grass, it can increase mental strength and improve vision. It is very suitable for shooters like Xiao Han. Moreover, its medicinal power is mild and will not produce side effects. After taking it, you can continue to absorb other fairy grasses. Xiao Han poured the few drops of dew into his mouth, then sat down and began to practice. Lin Zhiruo waited on the side. Time passed by, and the sky gradually darkened. 2 hours later, Xiao Han opened his eyes again. At this time, it was pitch black outside. But, to Xiao Han's surprise, he could see everything in front of him clearly. Obviously, his mental strength and vision had improved to a higher level. Lin Zhiruo asked with some expectation, Xiao Han, you have absorbed 3 immortal herbs? Your soul power should have improved a lot, right? Xiao Han shook his head. Mom, the star anise ice grass and the fiery apricot represent extreme cold and extreme heat respectively. The 2 auras restrain each other in my body, just like the distinct spring water, achieving an amazing balance. They did not help me improve my soul power, but they helped me develop a stronger physique, immune to fire and poison. In addition, my soul power has a colder power, and I can also control it to fuse the flames and form cold fire. After Xiao Han finished speaking, he stretched out his right hand and condensed his soul power on his palm. A strange fluctuation gradually appeared in the air that was originally empty. A ball of dark blue and deep light condensed into shape, looking like a jumping flame, but it was not red like a flame, but ice blue. This cold fire jumped gently in Xiao Han's palm, seeming to be extremely hot, but also a kind of bone-chilling cold. It burned quietly, and the air around it seemed to be affected by this power, gently twisting, forming a piece of fine ripples. Is this cold fire? Lin Zhiruo exclaimed on the side, her eyes full of wonder. 2 completely opposite forces actually blended with each other to form this wonder. Xiao Han smiled slightly, waved his right hand gently, and put away the cold fire. Mom, this cold fire does not belong to my martial soul, but the power in my body. However, when I inject soul power into this handing bow and arrow, it will also have an effect on it. Great. With this power, you can restrain soul beasts or soul masters of the same attribute. Yes, Lin Zhiruo then asked, what about the fairy grass you just took? Did it help you improve your soul power? Yes. It's just an auxiliary fairy grass with mild medicinal effects. It improves my mental power and vision, and can help me better absorb the medicinal effects of other fairy herbs. Tomorrow I will take another fairy grass, which can help me improve my soul power. Note, in the previous book, many people said that after eating these 3 fairy herbs, they didn't improve their soul power. In the original book, the beggar ate these 3 herbs but didn't improve his soul power. The first 2 are for body training, and the last one is for improving mental power and assisting in absorbing other fairy herbs. In fact, the improvement they bring is very large. Lin Zhiruo was a little worried. Xiao Han, can your body handle eating so many immortal herbs at once? Don't worry, Mom. Eating whale glue has given me a tough physique. The immortal herb I'm going to eat can make my physique even stronger, even to the level of Vajra indestructibility. Moreover, it does not conflict with the 3 immortal herbs before. That's good. I don't know much about these, you can do it yourself. Remember, strength can be improved slowly, but safety should be put first. Okay, I know. Okay, it's getting late, you should also rest early. Okay, what Xiao Han is going to absorb next is the Kiran Tongshan chrysanthemum. Kiran Tongshan chrysanthemum is a neutral immortal herb. Eating it can circulate Qi in the limbs, circulate blood in the 8 meridians, and can cultivate a Vajra indestructible body. Xiao Han has eaten whale glue, and has also had the ice and fire body training. With the medicinal effects of Kiran Tongshan chrysanthemum, maybe he can directly reach the level of Vajra indestructibility. Of course, Xiao Han has another purpose for eating this immortal herb. The martial soul of the spirit hall elder Zhu Yuguan is the Kiran Tongshan chrysanthemum. Yuguan's love for exotic flowers and plants has reached the level of obsession. If he knew that he had eaten the Kiran Tongshan fairy grass, he might want to take him as his apprentice. Even if he didn't become a master and apprentice with Yuguan, it would be good to have more friends. At that time, he could also use Yuguan's hand to completely get rid of Douluo. After Douluo's death, it would be much more convenient to go to the yin-yang eye of ice and fire to get the dragon bone. Early the next morning, Xiao Han went to the academy and called Shuibinger and others to his home. Dean Lin, congratulations, you will be promoted to Douluo soon. The girls congratulated Lin Zhiruo as soon as they entered the door. On the way here, they learned from Xiao Han that Lin Zhiruo had broken through to level 80. Children, I also want to congratulate you. You will also make a breakthrough soon. Xiao Han has prepared a surprise for you. What surprise? The girls all looked at Xiao Han with anticipation. Xiao Han smiled indifferently. Senior sisters, I will give each of you a magical herb. It can help you improve your soul power and also help you improve your cultivation speed. Hearing that it was a magical herb, the girls were surprised and happy. Shuibinger asked, Xiao Han, is it the magical herb in the book you read? You finally found it. Yes, I found it. Chapter 36 The girl's blush is better than any love words. Shuibinger is a thoughtful girl. When she saw Lin Zhiruo standing beside her, she found that her expression was a little unnatural. Recalling the time when she went to Sunset Forest with Lin Zhiruo and Xiao Han, where she met Douluo, she realized that the two of them seemed to have experienced something dangerous during their trip. Xiao Han, those fairy herbs are hard to find, right? Are you injured? No. Look, I'm fine. Okay, don't worry, I'll tell you what happened later. Xiao Han knew what Shuibinger was thinking. After years of getting along, the two had already formed a good tacit understanding. Before going to the yin-yang eyes of ice and fire, he knew that Shuibinger would be worried, so he didn't tell her the truth. Xiao Han said, Sisters, the immortal herbs I will give you are rare treasures that are hard to come by. This is also a secret between us, and you can't tell anyone. Xiao Han, don't worry, we know. Yes. Absorbing the immortal herbs needs to be done in a quiet environment. After you get them, absorb them here, and my mother will protect you. Okay, Xiao Han had prepared for his teammates to take the immortal herbs a long time ago. The specific soul power levels of the members of the Xianshu team were no longer disclosed to the public 3 years ago. In the entire Xianshu Academy, apart from themselves, only Dean Zhao and teacher Liu Yan knew their specific levels. Therefore, even if they took the immortal herbs and their soul power increased by several levels, it would not be known to others. Sisters, I will distribute the immortal herbs to you now. After Xiao Han finished speaking, he took out a jade box from the snowy silk and handed it to Zhu Wu. Sister Zhu Wu, this is for you. Everyone's eyes were attracted by the exquisite jade box, which was purchased by Xiao Han when he left Soto City. Zhu Wu took it with a smile. Thank you. This box is very exquisite. The fairy grass inside must be very valuable. Open it and take a look. Yes, under the gaze of everyone, Zhu Wu opened the jade box. When the jade box was opened, the whole room was filled with a strong orchid fragrance, which was refreshing. It smells so good. In the jade box was an 8-petal orchid, which was snow white and crystal clear. Xiao Han said, Sister Zhu Wu, this is an 8-petal fairy orchid. It can strengthen the body and remove impurities. The medicinal properties are very gentle and mellow. It is easy to absorb, but it takes a long time. It can help you auxiliary soul masters reach a higher level. It is very suitable for you. The way to eat is very simple, just chew and swallow. and then concentrate your soul power to practice and slowly absorb the medicinal effects. Okay, Zhuo picked up the fairy grass and went to a corner. Then, Xiao Han took out another fairy grass. It was white and crystal clear, looking like a green lotus and white lotus root. Xiao Han handed it to Shui Yuir and said with a smile, Yuir, this flower is called Narcissus Jade Muscle and Bone. It can nourish the tendons and bones, and circulate qi through the 7 meridians and 8 vessels. It is very suitable for your Yingyu dolphin martial spirit. Here it is. Shui Yuir took the fairy grass with a smile and said mischievously, thank you. Xiao Han, it has a nice name. Does it also have the effect of beautifying and nourishing the skin? You guess it right. Go and take it. When taking it, only eat the petals. And finally suck the stamens, and also use soul power to stimulate it. Remember, keep calm when absorbing it. Okay, got it. Shui Yuir took the fairy grass and ran to another corner happily. Xiao Han took out another fairy grass and handed it to Yu Herao. It grows by the extremely cold spring water. It looks like coral and its surface is covered with fine golden lines. Sister Hai Ro, this coral holy spirit grass is very suitable for you. It can strengthen your martial soul and increase your attack power. Just like Sister Zhuo, chew and swallow it, and then use soul power to promote absorption. Okay, thank you. Yu Hairo took the fairy grass and went. Xiao Han then took out another fairy grass and handed it to Gu Qingbo. Sister Qingbo, this water blue wind grass is very suitable for your blue swordfish martial soul. After taking it, it can make your speed go further. The method of taking it is the same as theirs. Okay, thank you. Xiao Han, you are not our opponent, but a teammate. That's great. After Gu Qingbo finished speaking, he took the fairy grass and left. Now only Shui Binger, Shen Liuyu and Chu Rushu have not received the fairy grass. Xiao Han took out another fairy grass. This is a white flower that looks like a peony, without grass leaves, and a piece of black stone is connected to the rhizome. On the white flower, there are a few pieces of amazing red, as bright as blood, giving people a thrilling feeling. It looks very special and different from all the fairy grasses before. Xiao Han looked at the 3 girls in front of him and said, this flower is called Acacia Heartbroken Red, and it is a divine treasure among the immortal herbs. It is easy to absorb and transform, and its efficacy is better than the previous ones. But this flower recognizes its master. If you want to eat it, you must pay a certain price. How magical. The 3 of them looked at Acacia Heartbroken Red curiously, and were deeply attracted by its mystery. Xiao Han continued, when picking this flower, you must think of your loved one in your heart, spit out a mouthful of blood and sprinkle it on the petals. After it recognizes its master, as long as it is by its owner's side, it will never wither. But if you want to get its recognition, you must be sincere. If you are indecisive, you will never be able to pick it even if you spit blood to death. As soon as Xiao Han finished speaking, Shen Liuyu and Chu Rushu looked at Shui Binger at the same time. Shen Liuyu, who is always taciturn, suddenly said, this is indeed a rare and exotic flower. Among the 7 of us, I am afraid that only Binger can get its recognition. Yes. Binger, you try, Chu Rushu responded. Shui Binger's face was slightly red. She knew what the senior sisters meant. Among the 7 girls of the Xianshu team, Shui Binger and Xiao Han had the best relationship. The 2 have known each other for 7 years. Every time they obtained a spirit ring, they were together and witnessed each other's growth together. On weekdays, Xiao Han only called Shui Binger and Shui Yuir, who is the same age, by their first names, and respectfully called everyone else senior sister. A few years ago, Xiao Han kept watch for Lin Zhiruo and Shui Binger for the first time. That morning, Shui Binger opened her eyes and saw that the person lying next to her was Xiao Han, and ripples appeared in her heart. It was also from that day that she gradually fell in love with his junior brother, who was 1 year younger than her. At this time, the girl's blushing was better than any love words. Xiao Han said, Binger, why don't you give it a try? Yes, Shui Binger nodded gently, looking at the acacia heartbroken red in front of her, her eyes full of tenderness. As her soul power circulated, she stimulated her blood and spit out a mouthful of blood on the petals. When she met Xiao Han's eyes, Shui Binger's face became even redder. The acacia heartbroken red quietly fell off the Wuju stone and slowly floated in front of Shui Binger. Shui Binger stretched out her delicate hand, and the bloody flower naturally fell into her palm. Binger, that's great, it recognizes you as its master. Chapter 37, 10 levels up. Xiao Han knew that Acacia Heartbroken Red had a comprehensive transformation effect on the body of the user, and could greatly improve the user's soul power. Although Shui Binger had a top East martial soul, the Ice Phoenix, she could not fully control the power of the martial soul when she first awakened it. Therefore, after recovering from her illness, she spent more than half a year to improve her physical fitness, so that she only practiced for 3 or 4 months in the first year, and her soul power was only increased by 1 level. Even now, when Shui Binger and Zhu Wu used the martial soul fusion skill Ice and Snow Piaoling to release the power of the Ice Phoenix martial soul origin, she could not fully control it. But now the situation is different. Shui Binger has been recognized by Acacia Heartbroken Red. After taking it, both her body and martial soul will be transformed. Xiao Han smiled and said, "Binger, you have been recognized by it, eat it quickly." Shui Binger looked at the Acacia Heartbroken Red on the palm of her hand infatuatedly, and she felt a little reluctant. "Xiao Han, didn't you say that it will never wither after recognizing its master? I'm a little reluctant to eat it. It can not only improve your soul power, but also help you better control the power of the Ice Phoenix. After eating it, it can merge with you, which is equivalent to changing the way it stays with you." "Okay." Shui Binger took the Acacia Heartbroken Red and walked to another corner of the room. Then, Xiao Han took out 2 more immortal herbs and handed them to Shen Liuayu and Qiu Ruishu. "Sister Liuayu, this black tortoise armor grass is very suitable for you. It can enhance your physical strength and endurance, and it can also improve the defense of your martial soul enamel fortune crocodile. Take it and take it." "Yes, thank you, Sister Ruishu. This Bowling Yunlan can strengthen your body and activate your tendons and veins. It is very suitable for you. The method of taking it is the same as theirs. Take it." "Okay, thank you, junior brother." The 7 girls almost filled the corners of the room, all absorbing their own immortal herbs. Lin Zhiruo walked towards Xiao Han. "Xiao Han, the immortal herbs have been distributed. Is it your turn?" "Yes." Xiao Han took out a strange chrysanthemum from the snowy soul satin. "Mom, I'll take it now." "Okay, I'll protect you." Xiao Han sat down, ate the stamens and petals of the chrysanthemum, and then began to practice on the spot to dissolve the medicinal power. Time passed by minute. Xiao Han was the first to wake up. After absorbing the 8-angled black ice grass and the blazing apricot, Xiao Han's body was like a small ice and fire yin-yang eye, and it was much easier to absorb other immortal herbs. Lin Zhiruo looked at Xiao Han with expectation and asked eagerly, "Xiao Han, how is it? How much has your soul power increased?" "Mom, my physique has been further strengthened, and it seems that I have a diamond body. I don't know how much my soul power has increased specifically, but in short, it has broken through level 40, in other words, it has increased by at least 4 levels. That's great, you can go to the frozen forest with me to hunt soul beasts." Lin Zhiruo was overjoyed. Xiao Han had not yet obtained the 4th soul ring, so even if he had extra soul power, he could not sense the specific level. He was already very satisfied to be able to jump directly from level 36 to above level 40. After Shui Yu'er woke up, she looked at herself in disbelief. "My soul power has increased so much, Yu'er, you are awake. How do you feel?" "It feels like a dream. My soul power has increased by 3 levels and broke through level 30. This is amazing." Xiao Han smiled indifferently. "Yu'er, you have increased by more than 3 levels. You don't have the 3rd soul ring yet, so the extra soul power cannot be displayed. I estimate that after you obtain the 3rd soul ring, your soul power should be able to reach about level 35. Can it increase so much?" Of course, Shui Yu'er became even more excited. Yu Harao, Gu Kingbo, Shen Liuayu, Qiu Ruishu and others woke up one after another. "How are you? How is your soul power?" Yu Harao exclaimed. "Xiao Han, your magic grass is really magical. My soul power has risen 5 levels in a row and directly reached level 37, level 5, not bad." Xiao Han looked at Gu Kingbo, Shen Liuayu and Qiu Ruishu, and smiled. The 3 senior sisters should have broken through level 30 like Yu'er, but without the 3rd soul ring, we can't sense the specific level. The 3 girls smiled at each other. "Xiao Han, you are right, we have all broken through level 30, yes. After you absorb the 3rd soul ring, your soul power should reach level 34 or 35, level 35 or 36. The girls were full of disbelief, but they were all looking forward to Xiao Han's prediction. Shui Yu'er asked, "Xiao Han, what about you? Did you absorb the magic grass just now?" Xiao Han nodded slightly. Well, I have broken through level 40. Level 40? Sure enough, the one walking in front is our most powerful junior brother. That's not necessarily true. Once Binger absorbs that acacia heartbroken red, she will be able to surpass me. Really? What kind of fairy grass did sister absorb? Is it so powerful? Zhiruo smiled and explained for Xiao Han. Yuir, that fairy grass is extremely special. Among the few of us, only Binger has the opportunity to absorb it. I see. So that makes me look forward to it even more. Everyone's eyes turned to Shui Binger and Zhuwu, who were absorbing the fairy grass in the corner. Zhuwu was the first to absorb the fairy grass, but she has not finished it yet. Shui Binger has shown signs of waking up. After a while, Shui Binger opened her eyes. Feeling the surging power in her body, she was a little unbelievable. Her strength seemed to have made a qualitative leap. Several people came over. Xiao Han said, Binger, you are finally awake. Shui Binger smiled and stood up. Xiao Han, as you said, my strength has been greatly improved. My soul power has increased by 5 levels at once, and I have directly broken through level 40. Maybe it's more than 5 levels, it's possible to be level 10. Level 10. Too exaggerated, isn't it? Shui Binger didn't dare to imagine. Xiao Han smiled indifferently. It's not exaggerated. After all, it is the king of flowers and a divine treasure. You will know after you get the 4th soul ring. Several girls looked at Shui Binger and were happy for her. The girls shared their joy and waited for Zhuwu to wake up. Another hour passed. Zhuwu finally absorbed the 8-petal fairy orchid. Like the other girls when they woke up, Zhuwu was also shocked. Shui Binger walked over. Zhuwu, how do you feel? How much has your spirit power increased? It increased by 5 levels at once, breaking through level 39 directly. This is incredible. It's the same for all of us. Our spirit powers have increased by several levels. Lin Zhiruo smiled and said, Children, congratulations, your strength has been greatly improved. Except for Herao and Zhuwu, you can all obtain the next spirit ring. In order to save time, we will go separately this time. Herao, Qingbo, Liu, Ruoshu, the 4 of you and teacher Liu will go to the Xingdao Great Forest together, and Xiao, Binger, Zhuwu and Yuir will follow me to the Frozen Forest. Chapter 38, 10,000 Years of Ice Scorpion. Half a month later, Xiao Han and his group of 5 arrived at the Frozen Forest. They first found a suitable soul beast for Shui Yuir and helped her hunt it. After absorbing the soul ring, Shui Yuir's soul power directly reached level 35, and obtained a soul skill that can cause high damage, Ice Spear. This time, in addition to Xiao Han, Shui Binger and Shui Yuir, Lin Zhiruo also had to hunt soul beasts to obtain her 8th soul ring. In addition, Zhuwu also had the opportunity to obtain her 4th soul ring. She is currently at the bottleneck of level 40. After absorbing the fairy grass, her cultivation speed will be improved, and she may soon make a breakthrough. Several people continue to look for suitable soul beasts for Xiao Han and Shui Binger in the forest. After several days of searching, they finally found a blue ice phoenix in a valley. Lin Zhiruo was a little excited. It's a blue ice phoenix with a cultivation base of nearly 10,000 years. Mom, it's just right for Binger's 4th soul ring. Shui Binger absorbed the acacia heartbroken red, which was enough to bear. The icy blue phoenix bird quietly perched in the deep valley, surrounded by a layer of light cold air that seemed to freeze the air. Its body was slender and elegant, and its feathers were a deep blue, shining with a cold and charming luster. Its beak was sharp and slender, shining with cold light, like a sharp ice blade. Its deep eyes contained a heart-pounding coldness and majesty that made people dare not look directly at it. The arrival of Xiao Han and his companions attracted its attention. It suddenly spread its wings, soared into the air, and launched an attack on the few people. Everyone be careful, Xiao Han said, releasing his martial spirit and spirit ring, and was the first to meet them. Every feather of the icy blue phoenix bird seemed to contain endless power and coldness. When it flapped gently, countless ice cones pierced towards the few people. Xiao Han pulled the bowstring to its full length, and launched his 2nd spirit skill, 10,000 arrows. Under Xiao Han's control, countless arrows instantly condensed into a dense ice blue rain of arrows, colliding violently with the ice cones released by the ice blue phoenix bird in the air, making a crisp and harsh shattering sound. Xiao Han's arrows were infused with cold fire, making their attack power even better. A layer of light mist suddenly filled the air. With large flakes of snow falling from the sky, Shui Binger and Zhu Wu's martial soul fusion skills were quietly completed. A huge ice phoenix took off into the air and flew towards the ice blue phoenix bird at a very fast speed. After Shui Binger absorbed the acacia heartbroken red, she was able to fully control the power of the martial soul ice phoenix. The martial soul fusion skills she and Zhu Wu had made her strength soar to the soul emperor level for a short time. Under the suppression of her extreme cold power, the speed of the ice blue phoenix bird dropped sharply, and it was successfully intercepted after only flying a few dozen meters. Shui Binger did not hesitate and directly slashed it in the air, taking its life. The battle ended quickly. Lin Zhiruo and Shui Yuer watched the whole process and did not make a move. "Sister, you are so amazing," Shui Binger smiled slightly and said modestly, "thanks to Xiao Han's use of 10,000 arrows to resist its attack. Zhu Wu and I have the opportunity to perform the martial soul fusion technique." Lin Zhiruo nodded with satisfaction. "You are getting more and more tacit, and the power of the martial soul fusion technique has become stronger. Speaking of which, this is all because of absorbing the fairy grass sent by Xiao Han. Binger, you are too modest. Okay, go absorb that soul ring quickly. We will protect you, okay?" After Shui Binger adjusted her state, she began to absorb the soul ring. Xiao Han and others waited on the side. 3 hours later, Shui Binger completely absorbed the soul ring. Feeling the surging soul power in her body, Shui Binger felt incredible. Xiao Han was the first to come over. "Binger, how is it? Has your soul power improved a lot?" "Yes. As you said, the soul power that was stored before has been revealed because of the new soul ring." Shui Yuer couldn't wait to ask, "Sister, what level of soul power have you reached now?" "Level 45. Level 45. Shui Yuer and Zhu Wu were both incredulous. That fairy grass is worthy of being the king of flowers. It has brought such a big improvement to sister." "Yes. More importantly, it can help me better control the power of the ice phoenix," Xiao Han joked. "That's great. Binger's soul power has surpassed mine. You haven't obtained the 4th soul ring yet. I know that even if I get the 4th soul ring, it won't reach level 45, unless it is a 100,000-year soul ring. But obviously, this is impossible." Haha. Xiao Han was really happy for Shui Binger. After taking the fairy grass, Shui Binger's fate will be completely changed. Zhu Wu asked, "Binger, what is your 4th soul skill?" "It's an attack type amplification skill, similar to the attack that the Frost Blue Phoenix just used. When I use this soul skill, I can launch an ice cone attack from my wings, with a freezing effect. At the same time, my speed, attack and defense are all increased by 100%. I call it Phoenix Ice Thorn." Xiao Han took over. "This soul skill is good. Binger's attack power has increased a lot at once." Lin Zhiruo nodded and said, "Binger's 4th soul skill is really good. It can be used in conjunction with the previous soul skills. It can be said to be quite perfect. Next, it's time to find a suitable soul beast for Xiao Han. Okay, let's go." Several people slowly moved forward into the depths of the frozen forest. The air around them was getting colder and colder. The snow in the forest was thick, and every step made a heavy sound. Just as everyone was vigilantly searching around, looking for a soul beast suitable for Xiao Han, a subtle but heart-pounding rustling sound came from under the snow. Xiao Han immediately stopped and scanned the surroundings with a sharp gaze. "Everyone be careful, something is happening." Before he finished speaking, the snow suddenly cracked open, and a huge soul beast covered with crystal-clear blue-black scales suddenly rushed out and headed straight for Xiao Han. Its eyes flashed with a faint green light, and the slender and sharp stinger on its tail reflected a deadly cold light in the sun, obviously containing powerful power. "It's the Ice Jade Scorpion." Lin Zhiruo recognized the identity of the soul beast and released her own martial spirit at the same time, ready to fight. The scorpion is the leader of the 5 poisons, and the threat level of its toxins exceeds that of poisonous soul beasts such as centipedes, spiders, venomous snakes, geckos, and toads. However, in order to pursue the ultimate ice route, the Ice Jade Scorpion clan gave up the practice of toxins and focused on the ice element ability. Facing this Ice Jade Scorpion that has been practicing for 10,000 years, Lin Zhiruo did not dare to be careless. "This Ice Jade Scorpion has been in cultivation for 10,000 years. You guys step back, Mom, this guy is here just in time, let him be my 4th soul ring." Xiao Han was not afraid, but excited. "You little brat, are you crazy? This is a 10,000-year soul beast, that's what I want." Xiao Han was full of confidence. He believed that with his current conditions, it would be no problem for him to absorb a 10,000-year soul ring. Chapter 39 The Fourth Soul Skill. Although the Ice Jade Scorpion mainly cultivates ice attributes and has given up the cultivation of poisons, for the sake of safety, Xiao Han still took out a fragrant kilo fairy product and threw it to Shui Binger. Binger, protect Zuwunyuir. This fairy grass is the nemesis of all poisons. With it, the scorpion poison can't hurt you. However, its fragrance may attract other soul beasts, so you have to be careful. Well, you should be careful too. Don't worry, I have an indestructible body and a body that is immune to all poisons. It can't hurt me. The Ice Jade Scorpion was extremely fast and approached Xiao Han in almost a blink of an eye. But Xiao Han did not panic. He quickly pulled the bowstring, and the cold fire jumped on the arrow. The arrow cut through the air, carrying a strange power formed by the interweaving of hot flames and cold air, and accurately shot at the head of the Ice Jade Scorpion. The Ice Jade Scorpion reacted quickly, turned its body to the side, and narrowly avoided the attack. But Xiao Han's arrows shot over one after another, leaving scratches on its hard body. It roared angrily, and the stinger on its tail quickly raised, aiming at Xiao Han, ready to launch a fatal attack. At this moment, Lin Zhiruo made a move. A huge ice blade directly cut off the stinger of the ice scorpion. Seeing this, Xiao Han immediately seized the opportunity, pulled the bowstring again, and aimed at the head of the ice scorpion. The cold fire burned fiercely on the arrow, and it hit the head of the ice scorpion accurately. With a crisp click, the head of the ice scorpion was pierced. After a shrill scream, the huge body fell to the ground and could no longer move. Xiao Han quickly put away the fragrant kilo fairy product to prevent its fragrance from attracting other soul beasts. A black mist slowly rose from the body of the ice scorpion, and gradually condensed into a 10,000-year soul ring with a faint black light. Looking at the 10,000-year soul ring, Shui Binger, Zuwu and Shui Yuir were a little palpitating. This was the first time they witnessed a process of the 10,000-year soul ring condensing with their own eyes. Even though Xiao Han was confident, Lin Zhiruo was still a little worried. Xiao Han, do you really want to absorb this 10,000-year soul ring as your fourth soul ring? Of course. Mom, don't worry, Shui Binger said. Dean Lin, we have witnessed Xiao Han absorbing a 1,000-year soul ring as his second soul ring. I believe that this time he can also break through the limit and absorb this 10,000-year soul ring. Lin Zhiruo nodded. Xiao Han, before absorbing the soul ring, adjust your condition to the best, okay? Xiao Han immediately sat down to adjust his condition. After recovering to the best, he began to absorb the soul ring. He closed his eyes and concentrated, and the aura around him began to change subtly. The 10,000-year soul ring released a majestic and domineering energy, instantly enveloping him. A strong pressure came, as if 1,000 pounds of burden was pressed on Xiao Han's shoulders. The 10,000-year soul power contained in the soul ring hit his body like a violent storm, as if it was going to swallow him up. Xiao Han had no intention of retreating. Only by enduring this pain can the power of the 10,000 years Ice Jade Scorpion be turned into one's own. As time passed, Xiao Han's breathing became more and more stable. The originally violent energy gradually became docile, as if tamed by his will. From day to night, and then to sunset and dusk. It took Xiao Han longer to absorb this soul ring than the previous 3 times combined. Under the protection of several people, after a long time, he finally absorbed the 10,000 years soul ring completely. Opening his eyes again, feeling the strong soul power in his body, Xiao Han was pleasantly surprised. Is this the energy of the 10,000 years soul ring? Lin Zhiruo, Shui Binger and others quickly gathered around. Xiao Han, you finally absorbed the soul ring. Xiao Han, congratulations, you have your first 10,000 years soul ring so quickly. Junior brother, you are so amazing. Lin Zhiruo did not speak, but nodded with satisfaction. Shui Binger asked, Xiao Han, what is your soul power level now? Level 43. I've already said that you've surpassed me. But I'll catch up with you soon, Shui Yuir exclaimed. Junior brother is only 13 years old, and he's already a level 43 battle soul sect master. That's really amazing, Lin Zhiruo asked. Xiao Han, what is your fourth soul skill? Xiao Han smiled slightly, with a confident light in his eyes, and said slowly, my fourth soul skill is called Ice Explosion Arrow, which has both attack and freezing effects. When I shoot this ice arrow, I can detonate it with my mind according to the needs of the battle. It can be used as a single attack or a group attack. Once the arrow hits or explodes, the ice will spread rapidly, causing continuous damage to the enemy. After Xiao Han finished speaking, he planned to demonstrate it in front of everyone. He drew his bow and shot an arrow. The ice blue arrow drew an elegant arc in the air and finally accurately hit a boulder not far away. Boom! With a deafening explosion, the boulder instantly exploded, turning into countless small stones that flew everywhere. This scene shocked everyone present. Schwabinger exclaimed, "It is worthy of being a 10,000-year soul skill. This skill is too powerful. It can not only kill from a distance, but also control the range and weaken the enemy." Zhuwu also nodded repeatedly, her eyes full of envy. "Yes, Junior Brother's fourth soul skill is a killer move," Shuiyer said with a smile. "Junior Brother, you are getting better and better, and you have amazed me again." Lin Zhiruo looked at Xiao Han and said meaningfully, "Xiao Han, your growth rate has far exceeded my expectations. Remember, great power comes with greater responsibility. You must learn how to use this power correctly to protect yourself and those around you." "Yes, I know." Lin Zhiruo turned her eyes to Zhuwu and said, "Zhuwu, there is still some time. You should try to break through level 40 as soon as possible. Then we will find a suitable soul beast for you to help you get the fourth soul ring." "Okay, I will work hard to practice." Next, several people continued to look for soul beasts with Lin Zhiruo. After dozens of days of searching, they found a 60,000-year-old ice shadow snow falcon and successfully killed it, obtaining the ice shadow clone skill. Lin Zhiruo's soul power increased by 1 level and became a real soul fighter. A few days later, Zhuwu also broke through level 40. Xiao Han and Schwabinger helped her hunt a 5,000-year-old soul beast and helped her obtain the fourth soul ring. After absorbing the soul ring, Zhuwu's soul power increased by 1 level, and she obtained the fourth soul skill, Ice Cyclone. On the other side, Liu Yan brought the other 4 girls and also gained something in the Xingdao Great Forest. After obtaining the third soul ring, Gu Qingbo's soul power reached level 35, and Shen Liuyu and Qiu Rushu both reached level 34. Chapter 40, Strength Overwhelms. After returning from the frozen forest, Xiao Han and Lin Zhiruo went to Xiandao City and gave Jinringsu a magical herb. Without Jinringsu's help, Xiao Han would not have been able to successfully enter the yin-yang eye of ice and fire and obtain so many magical herbs. Another year passed in the blink of an eye. In this year, Xiao Han's soul power increased by 4 levels, reaching level 47. Schwabinger is level 48. Zhuwu is level 44. Yu Harao also broke through level 40, and after obtaining the fourth soul ring, her soul power reached level 41. Shui Yuer and Gu Qingbo are both level 38. Shen Liuyu and Qiu Rushu are both level 37. At this time, there are only 2 years left before the Soul Master competition. The 3 elemental academies of Xianshu, Chihou, and Shenfeng organized an exchange meeting, which was held at Xianshu Academy. On this day, Lin Zhiruo gathered the 8 team members. The exchange and competition meeting of our 3 elemental academies is aimed at testing the strength of the other team, but each team will have some reservations. Your overall strength is beyond my imagination, and you have a chance to win the Soul Master competition. This time, we must also hide our strength. Xiao Han will not play. Binger and Zhuwu's martial soul fusion skills should not be used, and you should not reveal your specific level to the other party. Do you understand? I understand. 3 days later, the Shenfeng and Chihou Academy teams arrived as scheduled. Walking into Xianshu Academy, the boys were attracted by the beautiful girls passing by. There are so many beauties in Xianshu Academy. Yes, I really envy the boy who is registered in this academy. He lives in a pile of beauties every day. He is the same as Brother Yan, but he is born with full soul power. You can't envy him, Ho Wu said, one by one. Do you only have eyes for beauties, Ho Wu? I didn't look at them. The person who spoke was Feng Xiaoshan. He only had eyes for Ho Wu and was not interested in the beauties passing by. Although he had been secretly in love with Ho Wu for several years and deliberately lowered his level in order to pursue Ho Wu did not take him seriously. In the past few years, Feng Xiaoshan has been studying his own soul skill, the Wind Wolf Continuous Slash, and has now reached the realm of the Wind Wolf 27 Continuous Slash. However, he would not easily use this killer move unless it was absolutely necessary. In the afternoon, The three teams gathered on the training ground and exchanged friendly greetings with each other. Ho Wu looked at Shui Binger and asked, I heard that there is a boy with full innate soul power in your Xianshu team. Will he not play today? Shui Binger smiled and said, our junior brother is the substitute of the team and will not play today. Really? Let the person with full innate soul power be the substitute. It seems that you are also intentionally hiding your strength. After Ho Wu finished speaking, her eyes shifted to the back of the Xianshu team and found Xiao Han standing next to Ding Zhao and Lin Zhiruo. Is it him? Yes, that's our junior brother, Feng Xiaoshan. Ho Wusheng and others also looked at Xiao Han in unison. Xiao Han looked calm, not afraid to meet everyone's gaze. Feng Xiaoshan said, the person who can be admitted by your academy is really extraordinary. Shui Binger just smiled politely. She didn't want to say much about Xiao Han. In the last Soul Master competition, our Xianshu Academy lost to your Shenfeng Academy. But, we won't lose to you again this time, really? It seems that you are very confident. However, in the end, you still have to speak with strength. Ho Wu took over the conversation. Shui Binger, in the last Soul Master competition, our Chihiro Academy lost to your Xianshu Academy. This time, we will not lose. I know that both of your captains are very strong, so let's meet on the court. The two smiled at each other, looking forward to the competition with each other. The first competition today is between Xianshu Academy and Chihiro Academy. After the Shenfeng Academy left the court, the Xianshu team and the Chihiro team both set up their respective formations. Both teams set up a 2-4-1 formation. Shui Binger and Yu Harao stood at the front of the team, and Zhu Wu stood at the back. On the other side, Ho Wusheng and Ho Wu stood at the front, and the team's assistants also stood at the back. Please release your martial spirits, and the game will officially start in 1 minute. With a referee's announcement, all 14 people on the field released their martial spirits and spirit rings. Seeing the spirit rings of the Xianshu team members, Ho Wu and Ho Wusheng looked at each other in shock. Top East Martial Spirit Ice Phoenix. 3 War Soul Sect members, 4 War Soul Lords, and all of them have the best spirit ring configuration. With such a lineup, even if they participate in the Soul Master competition now, they can still achieve good results, not to mention that there are still 2 years before the competition. The 7 members of the Blazing Fire team are all at the Soul Lord level, and their spirit rings are also the best spirit ring configuration of 2 yellow and 1 purple. However, in front of the Xianshu Beauty Group, they are still much inferior. Before the game started, the members of the Blazing Fire team felt a biting chill, and the pressure doubled. The teacher leading the Chihiro Academy was also shocked. Ho Wu and Ho Wusheng were already talented enough, but they were still far behind Shui Binger. Feng Xiaoshan frowned, somewhat worried about Ho Wu. He knew that Ho Wu had always been strong and unwilling to admit defeat. Water and fire restrained each other, but there was a big gap between the two sides, and Chihiro Academy had almost no chance of winning the game. Not to mention Chihiro Academy, even the Divine Wind Academy might not be able to win this game. Feng Xiaoshan, the strongest player in the Divine Wind Academy team, had not yet reached level 40. The contest between the two sides officially began. As everyone expected, the strength of the Xianshu team was obviously superior, and the game was almost one-sided. As the captain of the Xianshu team, Shui Binger took the lead. Her Ice Phoenix martial spirit soared in the air, releasing bursts of biting cold air, shrouding the members of the Chihiro team in coldness. Every move seemed so calm, as if the entire battlefield was under her control. Yu Harao and other team members cooperated tacitly, and both attack and defense seemed seamless. Although Ho Wusheng and Ho Wu of the Blazing Fire team also showed their impressive strength, their attacks seemed a little powerless under the strong suppression of the Xianshu team. Ho Wusheng's Unicorn Fire Tyrannosaurus was domineering and fiery, but in front of the cold air of the Ice Phoenix, it seemed to be weakened a lot and could not pose a substantial threat to the Xianshu team. After a fierce confrontation, the morale of the Blazing Fire team collapsed instantly, and they were no longer able to resist the offensive of the Xianshu team. With a whistle of the referee, the game ended. The Xianshu team easily defeated the Blazing Fire team with an overwhelming advantage and won the first victory of this exchange meeting. The members of the Blazing Fire team all looked frustrated, especially Ho Wu. But she also knew that they had a big gap in strength with the Xianshu team. Chapter 41 Tang-san, who is more awesome than me? Feng Xiaoshan stood aside, looking at Ho Wu with some heartache. feeling sorry for Ho Wu's failure and shocked by the strength of the Xianshu team. The overall strength of the Xianshu team this year is so terrifying that it can even compete with the Wuhan Hall Academy team and is a strong contender for the Soul Master competition. The members of the Blazing Fire team walked off the field. Ho Wuxiang said to Feng Xiaoshan, "I didn't expect them to be so strong, especially the captain Shuibinger. Brother Don, it's up to you from the Shenfeng Academy." Feng Xiaoshan shook his head. "I saw your fight just now. We all underestimated their strength. I can't defeat them alone." "So, we admit defeat, what? You admit defeat?" Ho Wuxiang felt incredible. Ho Wu was a little angry. "You're so cowardly that you're giving up before the game even starts," Feng Xiaoshan quickly explained. "Ho Wu, this is a joint decision of the teacher and the team. We won't compete, but we can still communicate." "Humph. Although they have the advantage in soul power and can suppress our fire element, they can't restrain your wind element. It's hard to understand why your Shenfeng Academy made such a decision." Ho Wuxiang stepped out to smooth things over. "Okay, Ho Wu, that's their academy's business. I think Brother Don doesn't want to expose his trump card." Feng Xiaoshan nodded. "This is just one of the reasons. More importantly, the overall strength of the Xianshu Academy team is really unfathomable. Even if we try our best, we may not be able to defeat them. Moreover, the strongest person in their team hasn't even played yet." Ho Wu frowned. "Are you talking about the substitute?" "That's right. My intuition tells me that he is the strongest person in the Xianshu team." Everyone looked at Xiao Han, who was celebrating with his teammates. According to the original plan, 2 hours later, the Xianshu team will have another match with the Kamikaze team. But unexpectedly, the Kamikaze team gave up and admitted defeat. Xiao Han joked, "The sisters performed well and defeated the Blazing team directly. Even the Kamikaze team was scared and admitted defeat." Shui Binger smiled and said, "The Kamikaze team should want to hide their strength and don't want to go all out. It's possible. In addition, the Blazing team didn't play to their full strength." "Xiao Han, how did you see that?" "It's a feeling. But even if they play to their full strength, they can't beat you, because you are the best." Xiao Han knew that Ho Wu had a special talent, ring fusion. She can fuse all the energy of her soul rings together and focus on one soul skill. This talent is quite amazing, which can make her strength soar to a higher level for a short time. However, this skill also has a huge flaw. After using it, it will exhaust her own soul power and it will take several days to recover. Therefore, under normal circumstances, Ho Wu will not use this skill. As the few people were chatting, Feng Xiaoshan, Ho Wuxiang, Ho Wu and his group came over. Feng Xiaoshan smiled and said, "Congratulations, you have won 2 games in a row." Shui Binger responded, "You are too modest. You must not want us to see your true strength." "No. It is indeed difficult for us to defeat you. You are really strong. You have the chance to win the next Soul Master competition and bring honor to our Element Academy," Feng Xiaoshan said, and looked at Xiao Han. "If I am not mistaken, this little brother's soul power should be above level 40, right?" Xiao Han smiled and responded, "Yes, just over level 40. Feng Xiaoshan shook his head and sighed. "I am the same as you. Both of us have innate full soul power. You are so young, but you have broken through level 40, and I haven't broken through yet. That's because you have spent all your energy on things you shouldn't have. I heard that you are researching your own soul skills, and you have made some achievements." Feng Xiaoshan frowned. "So you already know it?" "Yes, I am indeed researching my own soul skills and regard them as my trump card. I have no intention of showing them today, so I took the initiative to give up this contest." Xiao Han smiled. "You can research your own soul skills, which is enough to prove that you are gifted. But if for some reason, you deliberately lower your level, it is really irrational. You should know what I am talking about." Xiao Han said this deliberately for Ho Wu to hear. Feng Xiaoshan scratched his head a little embarrassed. "Little brother Xiao Han, this is the first time we meet. How do you know so much?" "I am well informed." "Big brother, don't waste your talent anymore, seeing that your Xianshu team is so powerful. How dare we neglect it? After returning, we must practice harder, so that we have a chance to compete with you. Then let's have a good fight at the Soul Master competition in 2 years. "Okay, it's a deal." Feng Xiaoshan and Xiao Han hit it off at first sight and had a great chat. After leaving Xianshu College, Ho Wu called Feng Xiaoshan aside. "Feng Xiaoshan, I don't need you to pity me. That kid is right. With your talent, if you concentrate on practicing, you would have reached the Soul Master level long ago. Why is it like this, Ho Wu? I'm not just because of you, don't say it, I know everything. If you really want to get my approval, you should raise your soul power to above level 45 before the Soul Master competition. Can you do it? Of course. Feng Xiaoshan was a little excited. The goddess who had been licking his ass for several years finally gave in. Xiao Han's words awakened Feng Xiaoshan. The performance of the Xianshu team put pressure on him, and Ho Wu's behavior was also a spur to him. After returning, he will practice hard and strive to achieve higher achievements. A few months passed in a blink of an eye. At the same time, on the other side, the Shrek 7 Devils won a wave of 28 consecutive victories in the Soto Great Soul Fighting Arena. However, even if Tang San worked hard, he did not break Xiao Han's record of winning 100 games in a row. In recent days, several wealthy people have been betting heavily on the same team, causing heavy losses to the Soto Great Soul Fighting Arena. Manager Ao had no choice but to find Tang San, who had performed amazingly in the fighting arena. The two reached a consensus that Tang San would lead the team to challenge the royal fighting team. Tang San took the opportunity to ask, Manager Ao, I heard that there is a teenager whose second spirit ring has reached the 1,000-year level. In just 1 month, he won 100 victories in your great fighting arena. Do you know that person? Manager Ao shook his head and smiled, not very well. However, I doubt their true identity. The 8 people with them are all ice and water attributes. If I am not mistaken, except for the boy, the other 7 are women dressed as men. Are they all girls? That's right. One of the girls is the most special, with a top East martial spirit, the Ice Phoenix. They all have fair skin and are obviously not from a coastal city. I guess they should all be from an inland water city, Xianshu City. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 42, Soul Master Competition begins. After Tang San returned, he told Yu Xiaogang all the content of his conversation with Director Ao. Yu Xiaogang frowned, as if he had thought of something. Teacher, what's wrong? Those people are likely from Xianshu College. Xianshu College, yes. Xianshu College is in Xianshu City. It is an old-fashioned college that follows the pure water route. Ice and water have the same origin. They only recruit female students with ice and water attributes. Tang San thought about it and had a bad feeling in his heart. It is very likely that it is them. According to the martial spirit, it is not difficult to find their information, Yu Xiaogang sighed. If it is really them, then we have another strong opponent on the road to winning the championship. However, why would they accept male students? The second soul ring has reached the 1,000-year level, which exceeds the limit that the body can bear. I really don't know how that boy did it. Is there something wrong with my theory? Teacher, don't think too much. We have only one goal, the champion of the Soul Master competition. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. Tang San smiled and looked confident, but he was actually panicking inside. He thought he was very powerful. But there are always people who are better than you. The mysterious boy's strength is definitely above his. If he is really from Xianshu College, he has to take it seriously. Next, the Shrek 7 Devils defeated the royal fighting team, and Tang San felt that he was good again. After leaving Soto City and returning to Shrek College, after some inquiries, Yu Xiaogang confirmed that the people who had achieved impressive results in the Soto Great Fighting Soul Arena were from Xianshu College. Yu Xiaogang found Tang San and told him about this. With full innate soul power, the ice bow and ice arrows combined into the true ice bow and arrow martial soul, it's incredible. No wonder Xianshu College made an exception for him. Tang San frowned. Teacher, do you know how strong they are now? Yu Xiaogang shook his head. I'm not sure, I just know that the young man is called Xiao Han. With a congenital full soul power and a top East martial soul, Ice Phoenix, they already have the capital to become a strong team. What's more, they are not only taking the extreme flow route, but also integrating control, strong attack, agile attack, and support into one. In fact, it is a fusion flow plus extreme flow. Such a team must be a headache. After listening to Yu Xiaogang's analysis, Tang San became more and more uneasy. At this time, there is only more than a year away from the Soul Master competition, and they have to become stronger. In order to improve the overall strength of the team and deal with stronger opponents, Tang San, based on the Zhuanshan Guang internal power mental method, comprehended a set of exercises that can assist in dredging the tendons and veins, and taught it to his teammates to help them improve their training speed. The Soul Master competition has clear regulations that hidden weapons cannot be used. However, this does not mean that hidden weapon techniques cannot be used. In order to win the game, Tang San will try every means. By chance, Tang San met Douluo and was brought to the ice and fire yin-yang eyes by Douluo. Looking at the scene in front of him, Tang San was stunned. This is actually the yin-yang eye of ice and fire. Yin-yang eye of ice and fire? Boy! What are you talking about? This clearly divided spring water is the yin-yang eye of ice and fire. This place should have been formed not long ago, right? Otherwise, the herbs here wouldn't have grown so small. Boy, you are wrong. I have discovered this place for 10 years. Tang San's face was full of confusion. That's not right. With the nourishment of the yin-yang eye of ice and fire spring water, the plants here should grow 10 times or even 100 times faster. But how come the herbs here? Humph! Thinking of the herbs that were picked, Douluo was furious, his eyes flashing with murderous light. It's all that flower thief's fault for stealing my herbs. If I catch him, I'll tear him to pieces. Senior, do you mean someone has been here? Yes. The most precious and special herbs here have all been stolen by that thief. In the past few years, I wanted to wait and see, but that person never showed up again. Maybe there are no herbs worth stealing here. Senior, do you still remember what the herbs he stole looked like? Of course I remember. Then, Douluo described the appearance of those herbs to Tang San. After hearing this, Tang San's heart was broken. He realized that there had been rare and precious herbs here, such as acacia heartbroken red, star anise mysterious ice grass, fiery apricot delicate shoe, coxcomb phoenix sunflower, and fragrant kilo xianpin. Unfortunately, those herbs were taken by someone else first, and he had no chance to get them. Tang San sighed. Senior, I didn't expect that there were so many immortal herbs here. I wish I had met you earlier. He was able to pick the highly poisonous star anise mysterious ice grass and fiery apricot, which shows that he is a person who knows flowers and plants very well. Boy, I also want to meet you earlier. Unfortunately, Alice, Tang San suddenly thought of something. Senior, is there no suspicious person in your mind? Of course there is. After the herbs were stolen, I thought the most suspicious person was Zhu Huaguan of the Spirit Hall. He is my mortal enemy and is quite knowledgeable about flowers and plants. However, with his personality, if he really did it, he would definitely use it to stimulate me. But he didn't do that, so it might not be him. Then are there others? There is also Yang Wudi, the patriarch of the Puyi clan of the Xingluo Empire. He is also a person who is quite knowledgeable about flowers and plants. Later, I secretly investigated him and ruled out this possibility. Anything else? Douluo suddenly frowned. There is another person, but it's unlikely either. Who? A few years ago, I met the vice president of Xianshu College at the edge of the poison array. She brought 2 children in their teens and said they were looking for soul beasts. I met Dean Zhao of Xianshu College a few times, but I didn't pay much attention to them at the time and let them go. After the herbs were stolen, I also secretly investigated her and found that the woman knew nothing about herbs. She couldn't even enter my green phosphorus snake poison array, let alone find this place. How can it be such a coincidence? It's Xianshu College again. Douluo was a little surprised. Boy, what do you mean? Nothing. Maybe it's a coincidence. Then, Tang San told Douluo the information he learned. So that's it. When I met him, he was only in his teens. According to what you said, his martial spirit is indeed a bit special. The second soul ring has reached the 1,000-year level, which is also unheard of. At night, Tang San couldn't sleep and thought about it. Could it be that those top-grade immortal herbs were really stolen by Xiao Han and his group? It's unlikely. How old is he? How could he identify so many immortal herbs? The remaining herbs in the yin-yang eye of ice and fire, under the nourishment of the spring water, may also grow into immortal herbs in hundreds of years. It's a pity that I didn't come here earlier. After swallowing Douluo's snake pill and practicing for half a year, Tang San's strength has been greatly improved. He also got on the thigh of Douluo, the title Douluo, and successfully invited Douluo to Shrek Academy as a guest. Another half a year passed in a blink of an eye. With the help of the exercises, the other Shrek people improved their training speed. The Soul Master competition is coming soon.
and Tang San and Daimyu Bei have both broken through level 40. The other 5 are all in their 30s, and Xiao Wu is closest to level 40, on the other side. After 2 years of practice, all 7 members of the Xianshu team have reached level 40 or above. Yu Herao is level 47. Gu Qingbo and Shui Yuir are both level 45. Shen Liuyu and Chu Rushu are both level 44. Zhuwu is level 51. Xiao Han, like Shui Binger, has reached level 55. Shui Binger and Zhuwu both have their first 10,000-year soul ring. Shui Binger's 5th soul skill is the Ice Crystal Sword, a powerful attack soul skill. Zhuwu's 5th soul skill is the Ice Extreme Unparalleled, which has a more powerful cooling effect. Xiao Han's 5th soul ring comes from a 30,000-year-old wind and ice dual attribute soul beast, which gives him the soul skill, Blizzard Arrow. This soul skill can change the environment of the battlefield and comprehensively suppress the enemy. The Soul Master competition preliminaries are about to officially begin. Under the leadership of Lin Zhiruo, Xiao Han and his party came to the capital of the empire, Xiandao City. Chapter 43 Good Brother, Introduce One to Me Too. The Continental Elite Competition for Advanced Soul Masters is divided into different competition areas. Xiandao City, as the most important competition area in the empire, held a grand opening ceremony. For this major event held every 5 years, the Xiandao Grand Soul Fighting Arena was renovated, combining the main Soul Fighting Arena and the Sub-Soul Fighting Arena. The renovated Soul Fighting Arena can accommodate 80,000 spectators at the same time. On the first day of the opening ceremony, the Grand Soul Fighting Arena welcomed a large audience, who all wanted to see the participating young Soul Masters up close. Under the attention of the crowd, Xiao Han and his party also entered the arena. They wore uniform ice blue team uniforms and attracted everyone's attention as soon as they entered the arena. All these beauties are very beautiful. They are obviously from the Women's College of Xianshu City, that's right. The color of the uniforms of Xianshu College has never changed. It has always been ice blue. Hey, how did a male player sneak into the Xianshu team? Isn't it a women's college? Yes. This year's Xianshu team is not ordinary. Maybe it will be a big attraction, not to mention, that boy is quite handsome. Xianshu College really has requirements for appearance, and male students are no exception. Xiao Han was 16 years old and had grown to 1.8 meters tall. He had delicate features and a well-proportioned figure. His blue-silver hair was scattered behind his shoulders, and he looked a bit unruly. He was a head taller than the girls and was particularly eye-catching when walking in the team. However, he had long been accustomed to strange looks and could handle it with ease. Wow! There are so many people. It seems that everyone in Xiandao City is here. Shui Yuir looked around and couldn't help but admire. Shui Binger gently touched Xiao Han beside her and asked, Xiao Han, what are you thinking about? I'm calculating how much prize money we will get if we win the first place in the Xiandao division. Shui Binger smiled slightly. With your strength, you will definitely shine in the Soul Master competition. Maybe you will be able to obtain the status of a noble very early and be valued by the empire. At that time, you won't care so much about money. Xiao Han shook his head. What nobles, titles, I don't care at all. What I want is freedom. Even the old man Zuya can't control me. You are ambitious, worthy of being our independent junior brother. Then have you calculated it? How much money can you get? Each win in the preliminaries will be rewarded with 500 gold soul coins, and entering the promotion game will be rewarded with an additional 3,000. The top 5 teams in the promotion game will each be rewarded with 10,000. If you can win the final championship, the reward will be more. Calculated, it must be tens of thousands. This amount of money is nothing to Xiao Han and Shui Binger, but there are girls from ordinary families in the team, so money is still very important. As the two were talking, a group of people dressed in strange clothes passed by them. They were wearing shit green school uniforms, and each of them had a monster pattern on their chest that almost occupied the entire chest, and there were 6 bright characters embroidered with red silk thread on the back. Sincerely recruiting sponsored advertising. As soon as these people appeared, they immediately attracted more attention, and even stole the limelight from the Xianshu beauty group. The mockery continued. What kind of academy is this? Did they just come out of the toilet? Why are they wearing shit green school uniforms, and what's that pattern on their chests? Are they really soul masters? This is the most luxurious Xiandao city in the empire. How can there be such a rubbish participating team? Look at that fat guy. Not only is he ugly, but he's also wretched. It turns out that they also know how to lose face, and they all wear masks. Haha, Shui Binger whispered. The team just now was dressed so strangely. It's really a bit weird. Ugly people are more likely to do weird things. Xiao Han knew that it was the Shrek 7 devils. From the color of their hair and clothes, it was not difficult to identify their identities. Yellow-haired Daimyo Bei, red-haired Ma Hongjin, silver-haired Oscar, short-haired Xiao Baisan, black-haired Zhu Xiuqing, brown-haired Ning Rongrong, and one is Xiao Wu. Xiao Han and his group came to the rest area in the main arena that was specially provided for the participating academies. There were more than 1,000 seats in the wide rest area, divided into areas for each Soul Master Academy to rest and wait. The arrival of the Xianshu Beauty Group quickly attracted the attention of other Soul Masters. Brother Xiao Han, come here. Feng Xiaoshan saw them and waved and shouted. The players of the Shenfeng Academy wore uniform cyan uniforms and stood with a team of people wearing red uniforms. Obviously, the ones wearing red uniforms were the Blazing Fire team. Binger, let's go over there, okay? Feng Xiaoshan was very happy to see Xiao Han again after 2 years. Brother Xiao Han, you are finally here. What level of soul power are you now? Over 50, how about you? Feng Xiaoshan was surprised and felt unbelievable. Okay, you kid lied to me before. I knew you were the strongest in the Xianshu team. Alice, 2 years have passed, and I still haven't caught up with you. Xiao Han grinned. From your tone, you have made a lot of progress in the past 2 years. Not as good as you, only level 46. Very good, I finally woke you up. It's a pity to waste your energy on women with your talent. Feng Xiaoshan chuckled. Brother, I have to thank you. After leaving your academy last time, Ho Wu asked me to raise my soul power to level 45 or above within 2 years, otherwise she would ignore me. I finally did it, and I exceeded it by 1 level. That's right, women admire strong people, especially strong women like Ho Wu. Are you still studying your Wind-Wolf combo? Of course, that's my trump card. Now it has reached 36 combos. I'll let you see its power when the time comes. Okay, I'll wait. Xiao Han sighed in his heart. If Feng Xiaoshan had this realization earlier, his current level would definitely be higher than his. Feng Xiaoshan leaned close to Xiao Han's ear and whispered, there are several brothers in my team who are single and in good condition. Since they went to your college last time, they have been distracted since they came back. You know so many girls, can you introduce them to my brothers? You are a good boss. I treat you as a brother, but you are thinking about the girls in my college. Forget it, there are many beautiful girls in our college anyway, then I would like to thank you on behalf of my brothers. After the matter is done, you will definitely get the benefits. Xiao Han sneered. Superficial. What benefits do I want? I am seeking happiness from my alumni. To be your teammates, they should not be ordinary people. It is better to marry them than to marry those fat and rich men. You still have a vision. What you said is that my teammates are all very potential and their character is also guaranteed. Ho Wusheng's head popped out from nowhere. Good brother, can you introduce one to me too? Feng Xiaoshan patted Ho Wusheng on the shoulder and said with a smile, Wusheng has even more potential. He is the successor to the dean of Chihiro College. If you introduce the girl to him, he can become the dean's wife in the future. You guys, okay. To show your sincerity, when you meet our Xianshu in the preliminaries, you should admit defeat. On the other side, the Shrek team also entered. Chapter 44, some strength, but not much? The school uniform of the Shrek team was too strange. As soon as it appeared, it attracted everyone's contemptuous eyes. They had to hide in an inconspicuous corner. Tang San's eyes swept around and finally fell on the Xianshu girl group. Xiao Wu asked, brother, what are you looking at? Mo Hongjin smiled evilly and teased, what else can you look at? Of course, you look at beautiful women. Brother San is also a man, it's hard not to like this, right? Tang San looked focused, as if he didn't hear Ma Hongjin's teasing. Daimyo Bei asked, Xiao San, what's wrong? It's him. The mysterious boy who won 100 consecutive victories in the Soto Great Fighting Spirit Arena has finally appeared. Everyone looked in the direction of Tang San's gaze and saw Xiao Han, who was particularly conspicuous in the Xianshu girl group. Xiao Han had a good chat with Feng Xiaoshan, Ho Wusheng and others. Tang San said, the one wearing the green uniform should be the Divine Wind Academy, and the one wearing the red uniform is the Blazing Fire Academy. I heard from the teacher that the 3 elemental academies are all old-fashioned academies with good strength. In the 3 previous Soul Master competitions, they all entered the finals as the top 5 in the Xiandao division. Mo Hongjin said disapprovingly, "Who cares about the Elemental Academy? No one can interfere with our determination to win the championship. Shrek will win." "Yes, Shrek will win," Oscar echoed. Tang frowned, not daring to be careless. Xiao Han's second soul ring has reached the 1,000-year level, and there is a teammate with a top East Martial Soul Ice Phoenix. The team has control, strong attack, agile attack, and auxiliary soul masters. It's not that easy to deal with. We must not underestimate the enemy, Dai Mu Bei nodded. Xiao-san is right. What kind of strength they have, we will know when the official competition starts. Lin Zhiruo came to the team. I have already registered for you. The opening ceremony is about to begin. Get ready to enter. Xiao Han, Binger, you two just need to lead everyone in. Okay, Xiao Han. In the previous 3 Soul Master competitions, our Xianshu College has never had a male team member. Your appearance will definitely become the focus of everyone's attention. Be mentally prepared in advance. Mom, I am very strong and ruthless inside, so don't worry about it. Yes, Dean Lin. Our junior brother is so handsome that he is not afraid of any strange looks at all. Dean Lin smiled and nodded, then left. Soon, the staff of the competition began to organize the teams from various colleges to enter. Walking in the entrance passage, Xiao Han had already heard the shouting like a tsunami. The huge and open square came into view, surrounded by cheering spectators. The diameter of this venue is more than 150 meters. In front of the central venue is a rostrum with a golden background. Behind the rostrum is the VIP area, where the most prestigious people in the Xiandao Empire sit. Each academy entered the venue, and there was a special MC on the rostrum to introduce them. The academies that entered first had already lined up in the center of the venue. Following closely behind the Shenfeng and Chihou teams, the Xianshu team also entered. Shui Binger and Zhu Wu walked at the front of the team, and Xiao Han walked alone at the end. The appearance of the Xianshu team immediately attracted everyone's attention. And there was a louder noise from the audience. The MC introduced, the next team to enter is the Xianshu College team. Different from the teams in the previous 3 sessions, there is a male player in the Xianshu College team this time. This male player must have outstanding strength to be admitted by Xianshu College as an exception. Let us look forward to their performance. Xiao Han looked up at the VIP seats and saw Jin Ringsu, who was pretending to be the Prince Zhu King. She was sitting in the second row. At this time, Jin Ringsu was also looking at Xiao Han. The two looked at each other, and Xiao Han smiled at her and nodded slightly. There were only 3 people sitting in the first row in front of Zhu King. It was not difficult to tell their identities from their clothes. The one in the middle was Emperor Zuyi, the one on the left was Platinum Bishop Cirrus of the Spirit Hall, and the one on the right was the leader of the 7 Treasures Glazed Tile sect, Ning Fengzi. The least liked Shrek team made their final appearance. As soon as they appeared, the audience burst into laughter. This Soul Master competition is the most bizarre team. They actually used shit green as the color of their uniforms. The dean's head must have been caught in a door. What a bunch of toads. How dare they come to participate in the Soul Master competition like this? Tang and his group entered the venue despite the ridicule of the audience. The MC introduced, the last team to enter is the Shrek Academy team. They are dressed in bright and strange clothes and are full of confidence. The registration slogan is, Unrivaled Champions. Very thoughtful, so I wish them to go further in the competition. As soon as the MC finished speaking, there was another round of laughter from the audience. Then, Emperor Zuyi made a declaration to open the competition. Immediately afterwards, Ning Fengzi also made a speech. The MC asked, Master Ning, there are a total of 28 teams participating in the Xiandao City Division qualifiers. Which one do you think is the best? Ning Fengzi smiled. In addition to the Xiandao Royal Academy Team 1 that entered the finals as a seeded team, I am also optimistic about another team. I think they will not only be able to enter the finals, but may even win the championship of this Soul Master competition. Oh? Which team is so favored by Master Ning? I'm sorry that I can't reveal it for the time being. I believe that the final champion of this competition must belong to the Xiandao Empire. Ning Fengzi's words caused heated discussions among the audience, and even the students on the field became agitated. Everyone was guessing which team he was talking about. Only Xiao Han knew that he was referring to Shrek. Xiao Han grinned and thought to himself,
Ning Fengzi, you are wrong. Next, Sarah drew lots for the first round of qualifiers. According to the rules of the qualifiers, each team will play against the other 27 teams, and the top 5 with the best results will enter the promotion and finals. The first round opponent of the Xianshu team is the weak Kangnan Academy, and the match will be held tomorrow. After today's opening ceremony, there will be only one exhibition match, in which the second team of Xiandao Royal Academy will face its first opponent, and they happen to draw Shrek Academy. The participating academies left the stage. Xiao Han and his party came to the viewing area specially prepared for the participants. Shui Binger asked, Xiao Han, I don't know which team Sect Master Ning just mentioned, but it is definitely not us. The team he is optimistic about must have some strength. Xiao Han smiled disdainfully. The team he mentioned will be on the court soon, really? Could it be the second team of the Royal Academy? They don't seem to have that strength, no. It's more likely to be the Shrek team. Shui Binger was a little surprised. No way? Those people from Shrek look very weird, and they don't look like soul masters, they do look like a group of clowns. However, those few people have some strength, but not much. Chapter 45 What the fuck is a surprise? Under the gaze of 80,000 spectators, a total of 14 people from the Xiandao Royal Academy Team 2 and the Shrek team stepped onto the stage. The Shrek team sent Tang San, Daimyu Bei, Xiao Wu and 4 substitutes. Tang San and his team had been humiliated at the Xiandao Royal Academy, and for them, this was a good opportunity for revenge. With the referee's announcement, the first qualifying match of the Soul Master competition officially began. On the Shrek team side, Tang San took the lead in launching an attack. After several people from the Xiandao Royal Academy Team 2 were trapped by Tang San in a blue-silver cage, Daimyu Bei and others attacked them fiercely. The 7 people were all 3 ringed war soul lords, and they had no resistance to the violent attack of the Shrek team. There were screams on the stage, some people had broken bones, and some people were bleeding. Since the Soul Master competition was held, there has never been such a tragic scene on the stage. Contrary to the expectations of all the audience, the Shrek team actually resolved the battle within a minute. Their cruel means and heavy damage to their opponents shocked all the audience present. Those spectators who had originally laughed at the Shrek team realized that they were not as bad as they had imagined. After witnessing this tragic scene, Shui Binger believed Xiao Han's conjecture even more. Xiao Han, no wonder you said that Sect Master Ning favored the Shrek team. They do have some strength, especially the blue-silver grass spirit master who controls the field. But, this is just the preliminaries, and their methods are too cruel. Xiao Han snorted coldly. The usual style of the little punks is sinister and vicious. If they meet us, we will definitely beat them to death. Xiao Han knew that they would meet Shrek Academy sooner or later. However, with Yu Xiagang's style, after learning about their strong strength, he might choose to avoid their edge and give up the game. After all, as long as they maintain the top 5 record, they can enter the finals. But the punks are mysteriously confident, and it is not impossible to meet them. In any case, they will definitely meet on the field. After dinner, Lin Zhiruo gathered the team members. Your opponent in tomorrow's game is Kangnan College. As far as I know, their strength is not strong, and can even be described as weak. Even if Xiao Han and Binger don't play, you can easily win the game. Zhu Wu asked, Dean Lin, do you mean that the captain and Xiao Han will not play tomorrow? Before Lin Zhiruo could answer, Xiao Han said, Mom, I don't think we need to deliberately hide our strength. Some weak teams will voluntarily give up the game when they meet us after knowing our strength. If we can win without fighting, we can have more rest time. Shui Binger nodded. Dean Lin, I agree with Xiao Han's point of view. Lin Zhiruo thought about it. It seems that our Xianshu College can't keep a low profile. How about this? Xiao Han and Zhu will not play tomorrow, and Binger will lead the team to play. Okay, the main force of the Xianshu team has all reached the level of Soul Sect or above. Even if Xiao Han and Zhu Wu, 2 Soul Kings, don't play, they can still shock the audience. The next day, Xiao Han and his group came to the stadium. 5 arenas have been set up in the center of the venue, 1 central arena and 4 sub-arenas. 5 matches will be held simultaneously, with 3 rounds each day. The teams that can compete in the central arena must be the ones that attract more attention. Xianshu team was arranged to compete in the central arena without any surprise because of the 2 hot topics of the beauty group and the only male student since the establishment of the school. They will play in the first round.
Shrek team participated in the exhibition match yesterday, so they did not play today. But Tang San and his party still came to the competition area for the participating college teams. Tang San wanted to know what kind of strength Xiao Han and the people of Xianshu team had. Looking around, Tang San found Xiao Han on the other side and frowned. Is he not playing today? Is it because the opponent is weaker? Just as Tang San was wondering, the voice of the host of the competition spread throughout the arena through the loudspeaker. Today's competition will start soon. Please ask the participating teams to go to the arena. As soon as the host finished speaking, a thunderous voice came from the audience. Yesterday's exhibition match was just an appetizer. It was over in 1 minute and was not satisfying at all. Starting today, 5 matches will be held simultaneously on the field. This means that hundreds of soul rings will bloom at the same time. Such a shocking scene only appears once every 5 years. Under the gaze of everyone, the Xianshu beauty group slowly stepped onto the center stage. There was a scream from the audience. Xianshu College is worthy of being a beauty base. They are all so beautiful. Yes, not only beautiful but also powerful. Hey, why didn't the male player play yesterday? He stood at the end of the team when he came on the field. He should be a substitute with not very strong strength. Who cares? It's good to have beautiful women to watch. Come on, beautiful women of Xianshu. Shui Yuer waved enthusiastically to the audience who cheered for them to show her gratitude. The cheers of the audience became more intense. Looking at the group of girls, Ma Hongjin's eyes lit up and his mouth was watering. Oscar couldn't help but tease, "Fatty, have you never seen a girl? Look at your little achievements, you know nothing. You have wrong. Douluo has little wildcat, Sanjay has Xiao, and I'm the only single dog. What's wrong with looking at her a few more times? Hey, you are completely hopeless." Tang San stared straight at the center of the venue, as if he was afraid of missing something. The host announced, "Please all participating players release their martial spirits and spirit rings. The competition will officially begin in 1 minute." With a host's announcement, a total of 70 spirit masters on the 5 stages released their martial spirits and spirit rings almost at the same time. The colorful lights intertwined together, illuminating the sky like daylight. In the entire venue, Shui Binger from Xianshu College was undoubtedly the most dazzling existence. She stood at the front of the team, with an upright posture, cold and noble. A huge ice phoenix floated from behind her, and the temperature around her suddenly dropped sharply, and even the audience couldn't help but shiver. What was even more shocking was the spirit rings surrounding Shui Binger. The 5 soul rings of yellow, purple, and black were arranged in order. The 10,000-year soul ring with black light showed Shui Binger's Soul King level. Since the Soul Master competition was held, there has never been a 10,000-year soul ring in the Xiandao competition area. Everyone present was deeply shocked by this scene. Even those experienced soul masters had never seen such a young soul king. Shui Binger's existence seemed to be the most perfect interpretation of the word genius. She had both strength and beauty, and instantly became the focus of everyone's attention. Look! That's the Ice Phoenix, the legendary top beast martial spirit. Oh my god, she is already a soul king. How is this possible? I'm afraid Kangnan College is going to suffer now. Facing such an opponent, they have no chance of winning at all. The audience's discussions came one after another, full of amazement and awe. After witnessing Shui Binger's martial spirit and soul ring, the Kangnan College team members couldn't help but show despair on their faces. They knew that the outcome of this game was doomed from the moment Shui Binger released her martial spirit. Shui Binger's appearance was so shocking that everyone ignored the existence of her teammates. When people reacted, they were even more shocked. In addition to Shui Binger, 5 of the other 6 people in the Xianshu team had reached the level of a 4-ringed battle soul sect, and only one was a 3-ringed battle soul lord. Moreover, all 7 of them had the best soul ring configuration. Seeing this scene, Emperor Ziyu was surprised and happy. He looked at Ning Fengzi beside him and smiled. "Master Ning, this is the team you are most optimistic about, right?" Chapter 46 Jinringsu protects the way. Facing the inquiry from Emperor Ziyu, Ning Fengzi smiled calmly to hide his inner embarrassment. He was originally optimistic about the Shrek team, thinking that with a talented young man Tang San, the Shrek team could go further. Reaching the Soul Master level at the age of 14 is indeed rare, and the potential is unlimited. However, when seeing the martial spirits and spirit rings of Shui Binger and her teammates, Ning Fengzi felt as if something hit his heart, and he was shocked and a little painful at the same time. Fortunately, I didn't tell Emperor Zuyi yesterday that I was most optimistic about the Shrek team, otherwise I would have been slapped in the face now. Your Majesty, I said that the final champion of this Soul Master competition belongs to the Empire. Emperor Zuyi was even happier. Master Ning, you already knew the strength of the Xianshu Academy team. This year is the 4th Soul Master competition. Our Xiandao Empire has never had a Soul King level participant. Moreover, the overall strength of the Xianshu team is not bad, and almost all of them are Soul Masters above the Soul Master level. Great. That's great, congratulations, Your Majesty. Let's enjoy the competition. Well, there are still 2 rounds of competitions to come, and maybe there will be more outstanding young Soul Masters. Ning Fengzi nodded and smiled, without making any further responses. The Platinum Bishop Saris, who was sitting on the other side of Emperor Zuyi, had an ugly look on his face. He simply couldn't believe that the Xianshu Academy team had such strength. 1 Battle Soul King, 5 Battle Soul Masters and 1 Battle Soul Venerable, and all of them were of the same elemental attribute. With such a lineup, it would be enough to get the top 3 in the finals. However, this lineup was not enough to threaten the luxurious lineup of the Wuhan Hall Academy team, which had 3 Battle Soul Kings and 4 Battle Soul Masters above level 45. Humph. The champion must belong to the Wuhan Hall Academy. On the other side, Tang San and the people from Shrek were awe-stunned when they saw Shui Binger and the martial spirits and spirit rings of the Xianshu team. Oscar opened his mouth in shock. What's going on? She has reached the Soul King level, yes. And there are 5 Battle Soul Masters in the team. Mo Hongjin wiped his eyes and checked carefully. What's going on with this Xianshu beauty group? Isn't it a bit outrageous? Dai Mubei looked at Tang San, who was silent on the side, and said softly, Zio-san, it seems that your intuition is right. The strength of the Xianshu Academy team is indeed not to be underestimated. Tang San nodded slightly and looked at Xiao Han, who was watching the game. What's more terrifying is that the strongest person in the team has not yet played, so, there are at least 2 Battle Soul Kings in their team. That's right. In addition, the assistant did not play either. With her assistance, the overall strength of the Xianshu team will be even more terrifying. Mo Hongjin sighed. I didn't expect the Xianshu team to be so strong this year. It seems that there is another stumbling block on our way to the championship. Tang San's eyes suddenly became sharp. Facing a stronger opponent, we can lose anything but not lose confidence. No team can stop us from winning the championship. The Spirit Hall has 3 War Soul Kings and 4 War Soul Sect members above level 45. We are not afraid of the challenge, let alone their single-element Xianshu team. Dai Mubei responded, Zio-san is right. Before the encounter, we didn't have the opportunity to know the Spirit Hall Academy team, but we can know the situation of the Xianshu Academy team by watching the game. So what if they are at a higher level? Using the weak to defeat the strong is our Shrek 7 Devil's forte. As long as we find their weaknesses and flaws, we can still defeat them. Boss Dai said it well. The Shrek 7 Devils were full of confidence and felt that they were good again. In an inconspicuous corner of the spectator seats, Uzziah Gang frowned and sighed in his heart. Is the strength of the Xianshu College team this year so strong? That person hasn't played yet. If we meet them, I'm afraid. 1 minute has passed, and the Xianshu team did not take the initiative to attack on the center stage. Their opponent, the Kangnan College team, none of them is above level 40, and they are all shivering with cold. It is more likely that they are scared. Suddenly, the leader of the Kangnan College raised a white flag and shouted loudly, Referee, we Kangnan College admit defeat. The audience was in an uproar. They originally wanted to see a wonderful crushing performance, but they didn't expect the opponent to take the initiative to admit defeat before the battle started. However, this is indeed a wise decision. Facing such a powerful Xianshu team, it would be strange if Kangnan College was not beaten. Compared with the crushing of the Shrek team against the second team of Xiandao Royal College yesterday, the opponent surrendered without a fight under the shock of the Xianshu team is more impressive. Xiao Han stood beside Lin Zhiruo and smiled. Mom, am I right? In this way, when the weaker team see us, they will admit defeat obediently like Kangnan College. There are probably not many teams that dare to confront us head-on. Don't be so proud. Do you know why I didn't send you to the field? I guess it's because I was afraid that I would be too dazzling and attract the attention of Douluo. Well, it's good that you know. Xiao Han smiled disapprovingly. Mom, the truth will come out sooner or later. Even if I don't make a move in the preliminaries, I will make an appearance in the promotion matches and the finals. He will know what I am capable of sooner or later. However, how can he know that this is related to absorbing the immortal grass? He doesn't understand immortal grass at all. What you said seems to make sense, but it's better to be cautious. Mom, since you are so worried, I'd better find a helper. What helper? Do you mean His Royal Highness the Crown Prince? Yes. He is my only connection in Xiandao City. Xiao Han knew that although Douluo didn't know those immortal grasses, Tang San did. However, those immortal grasses were absorbed into their bodies, and Tang San didn't have the mental power of Yu Guan, so he couldn't feel them. The Xianshu team has such a strong overall strength, which will definitely arouse Tang San's suspicion. Tang San is a villain who can do anything to achieve his goals. He may tell Douluo about his suspicions. Douluo is vicious and cruel. Even if there is no solid evidence, he will kill people. For safety reasons, they have to find Jin Ringsu and ask her to send someone to protect them secretly. After the game, Feng Xiaoshan and Hou Wuxiang found Xiao Han. Feng Xiaoshan sighed and said, "Your Xianshu team is too strong. There are still 2 fighting Soul Kings who have not played today. It seems that we in Chihiro Academy have no choice but to admit defeat." Xiao Han smiled and said, "Thank you, brothers." Hou Wuxiang said, "Since you are so strong, go and win the championship and let them see the strength of our Element Academy." Okay. With the support of our brother schools, we will definitely win the final victory. Shen Fang and Chihiro took the initiative to give up the game. Among the remaining strong teams, the only ones who dare to challenge Xianshu Academy may be Leiting and Shrek Academy. Chapter 47. You're just stubborn, right? In the afternoon, Xiao Han came to see Jin Ringsu. Jin Ringsu's disguise was very powerful. After 2 years of not seeing each other, Jin Ringsu's appearance as Zhu King had changed as she grew older. She looked more mature, about 27 or 28 years old. Jin Ringsu was very happy to see Xiao Han again. From the first time they met until now, Xiao Han's appearance has been changing, gradually shedding his childish aura and becoming more and more like a man. Meetings, Your Highness the Crown Prince, no need to be polite. Xiao Han, you and I have known each other for many years. You don't have to be so restrained in the future. Just call me Brother Zhu, okay, Brother Zhu. Zhu King smiled and nodded. You came just in time. I was originally going to look for you, Brother Zhu. What's the matter with you? Today, your Xianshu College team's performance on the center stage has astonished everyone present. Of course, I was also shocked. I know that they can have their current strength thanks to you. If I'm not mistaken, they all took your magic grass. Xiao Han nodded without denying. Brother Zhu, did you take the Zhuangxiang White Angel that I gave you last time to help improve your soul power? Of course it helped. Otherwise, how would I know that they took your magic grass? By the way, I also want to say thank you to you. That magic grass helped me break through the bottleneck, and the speed of cultivation has also increased a lot. That's good. Jin Ringsu did not say the specific level. Xiao Han guessed that she should be referring to the bottleneck of level 60. After lurking in the Xiandao Palace for many years, Jin Ringsu could not concentrate on cultivation. Not only did she have to spend a lot of energy on disguise, but she also had to study and delve into the way of the Emperor and plan for the future. Otherwise, with her innate talent of full soul power at level 20, she wouldn't have broken through to level 60 only now. Brother Xiao Han, why did you come to me? Brother Zhu, I have an unwelcome request. There are no outsiders here, just say it. Our Xianshu team's performance is too dazzling, which may arouse Douluo's suspicion. So, Jin Ringsu smiled slightly, knowing what Xiao Han wanted to say. We both thought of the same thing, and I was just about to tell you about this. Really? Well, don't worry. This is Xiandao City. Even if Douluo has some suspicion, he can't do anything to you. Moreover, I have sent people to protect you secretly. After hearing this, Xiao Han felt relieved. Brother Zhu, thank you for your concern. It's nothing. You are the strongest team in the Xiandao Empire, and you even have the opportunity to win the championship of the Soul Master competition and win glory for the Empire. Of course, the Empire will do its best to ensure your safety, whether in the name of the Empire or in the name of Jin Ringsu herself. She can't let Xianshu College, a huge potential stock, suffer any loss. Brother Zhu, I feel relieved by your words. Well, just focus on the game. I know that the more shocking scene is still to come, that is, when you appear. By the way, What level are you now? Level 55, Jin Ringsu nodded, her eyes full of praise. You have reached level 55 at the age of 16. You are the fastest soul master I know to achieve this achievement. Your future achievements are limitless. Keep working hard, the future belongs to you. Well, I will. Xiao Han and Jin Ringsu chatted for a while and then left the palace. In the next few days, all the teams that met the Xianshu College team raised the white flag and conceded defeat before the game even started. Therefore, not only Xiao Han, but also Shui Binger and other girls did not have the opportunity to show their strength. On this day, they finally met a stubborn opponent, Xiangjia College. Lin Zhiruo said, "The Elephant Armor Academy team is the strongest team we have encountered so far. They have already lost to Shrek, Thunder and Shenfeng. If they lose a few more games, they may not be able to enter the top 5, so they have to face us," Shui Yuir said excitedly. "Isn't that good? We finally have a chance to show our abilities." Lin Zhiruo nodded and reminded, "The strength of the Elephant Armor Academy is not weak. The Elephant Armor sect, which it backs, ranks 6th among the 7 major sects. The 7 main players are all direct descendants of the Elephant Armor sect, and their martial spirits are all diamond mammoths with the strongest defense. 3 of them have reached level 40 or above, and the other 4 have strength close to level 40. They can be said to be the new generation of elites of the Elephant Armor sect," Shui Binger said with a firm look in her eyes. "Dean Lin, no matter what kind of opponent we encounter, I believe we can win. They are known for the strongest defense, and the opportunity to test our strength has come. Well, of course I believe in you too. Zhu will also be on the court today, and you all should play as your main forces, okay?" The girls looked at Xiao Han together. "You are out teased. It's not Junior Brother's turn to take action against an opponent of the level of the Elephant Armor sect. Xiao Han, don't be anxious. I want to go on stage with you, but I'd better listen to Dean Lin's arrangement." Lin Zhiruo looked at Xiao Han and said, "Xiao Han, Thunder Academy has always been our nemesis. When we meet them, I will let you go on stage." "Yes, okay. You all get ready, we're about to go on stage. Binger, don't use the martial soul fusion technique unless it's absolutely necessary." "Okay, I got it." Soon, the game began. As the most watched team, the Xianshu Academy team was arranged on the center stage without exception. As soon as the girls stepped onto the stage, they caused a tsunami of cheers, all of which were in support of them. The Xianshu College team finally met a decent opponent. I'll look forward to their performance. The Xiangjia College team has lost 3 games. This time they met the stronger Xianshu team. I'm afraid they will have to explain themselves. Look, the Xianshu team seems to have changed players. The girl with long black hair has not appeared before. Maybe she is a stronger player. On the center stage, the Xianshu team set up a 1-5-1 formation, with Shui Binger standing at the front of the team and Zhu Wu standing at the back. The Xiangjia College team set up a simple 1-line formation, all standing in the same row. The 7 people were all very strong. The shortest one was just over 2 meters tall, and the tallest one was even over 2.5 meters tall. Their weight was also amazing. It was estimated that the lightest one was over 300 kilograms, and the heaviest one was even over 500 kilograms. In the previous game, the strategy of the Xiangjia College team was to consume the opponent's soul power with extremely strong defense, and then force the opponent out of the ring with the powerful power of the martial soul. Even though they knew that the Xianshu College team was very strong, they did not choose to admit defeat. Because the diameter of the competition arena is only 30 meters, this is an advantage for them. They lost to Shrek, Shenfeng and Lei Ting before because their opponents' attacks were too fierce and they could not resist. In the previous competition, the opponents of the Xianshu College team voluntarily gave up the game. The girls only showed their martial spirits and spirit rings, but not their attack power. Therefore, they believed that the team had the strength to compete with a group of girls from Xianshu. Chapter 48 Sister, stop hitting me. Shrek Academy's opponent will be in the next round. Tang San and his companions were also staring at the center of the competition venue, wanting to see what kind of strength the Xianshu team had. Brother, the Xianshu team seems to have changed someone. Yes, that's the assistant in their team. It seems that they are going to show their strength today, but the person you mentioned still hasn't played. Yes. This is enough to show how confident they are. Even when facing the powerful Xiangjia Academy team, they are still reserved. As the two were talking, the host's voice suddenly came from the loudspeaker. Please release your martial spirits and spirit rings, and the competition will officially begin in 1 minute. As the host's voice fell, the 10 teams on the 5 stages, a total of 70 spirit masters, all released their martial spirits and spirit rings. The center of the venue was gorgeous. The dazzling light caused the audience to boil. With the release of the Diamond Mammoth martial spirit of the Xiangjia Academy team, Shui Binger and the others felt an invisible force approaching. The burly and muscular players began to emit a faint earthy yellow light, and huge beast shadows suddenly took shape behind him. They were wearing heavy armor, and their fangs were a foot long. 7 people stomped their feet on the ground at the same time, shaking the ring. This power was too violent. Facing these 7 diamond mammoths that were as big as mountains, Shui Binger was not afraid at all. The audience suddenly became restless. What shocked everyone was that another 5-ringed War Soul King appeared in the Xianshu Academy team. Although she was standing at the back of the team, the dazzling light on Zhu could not be concealed. The 5 soul rings of yellow, purple, and black were arranged around her body in sequence, echoing Shui Binger, who was standing at the front of the team. Seeing Zhu's martial soul and soul rings, the audience exploded again. Compared with the last time, the Xianshu team's appearance this time was more explosive. All 7 players were above level 40, 2 War Soul Kings, and 5 War Soul Sects. Oh my god, another Battle Spirit King appeared in the Xianshu team, and he's also an assistant. All the team members are above level 40. These beauties are too amazing. I wonder what attack skills they have. I look forward to their performance. The competition officially began. 7 huge diamond mammoths lined up in a row, almost occupying half of the entire ring. They took heavy steps and approached Shui Binger and the others step by step. Shui Binger moved. With a sudden flash of her first soul ring, her first soul skill, Ice, was activated. A chill instantly filled the entire ring. A layer of crystal clear and hard ice spread from her feet at an astonishing speed, and like a tide, it instantly wrapped all 7 members of the Elephant Armor Academy team. Their huge bodies were instantly frozen and unable to move. Seeing this scene, the audience exclaimed and admired. It turned out to be an instant skill of the control system, and its group control. Tang frowned slightly and stared at the ring. He knew that the Elephant Armor Academy team would never give up easily, and the next counterattack would be even more fierce. Sure enough, the frozen Elephant Armor team members began to try to break out of the ice with their own martial arts power. The earthy yellow light flickered inside the ice layer, and the roar of the diamond mammoth could be faintly heard through the ice layer. Roar with a deafening roar, Hu Yanli, the strongest captain of the Elephant Armor team, broke out of the ice first. Then, other team members also broke out of the ice. However, Shui Binger did not give them a chance to fight back. I saw an ice blue halo spreading from her body, and it hit the 7 people on the opposite side directly. The huge impact force caused one person who had not yet stood firm to fall heavily on the ring. Sisters, quick battle, understood. The girls of Xianshu launched an attack together. Phoenix ice spikes, extreme cold tornadoes, sawtooth water blades, giant crocodile impacts and other attacks followed one after another. As the snow danced, large flakes of snow fell from the sky, and the entire ring suddenly turned into a frozen world, providing support for teammates while weakening the opponent's defense. The temperature in the area on the central ring dropped sharply, even affecting the ring next door. The Soul Masters who were fighting fiercely next door all felt a biting cold. The 7 people of the Elephant Armor team not only had to withstand the violent storm-like attacks, but also had to constantly consume soul power to resist the cold, and they were almost unable to resist. Their movements, which were not fast enough to begin with, became even more clumsy, and they soon froze to death on the field. It's so cold. I can't stand it. Girls, stop fighting. Can't we just admit defeat? Seeing the opponent voluntarily admit defeat, Shui Binger and the others restrained their soul power. The game ended, and the Xianshu College team won. In the VIP seats. Seeing the wonderful performance of the Xianshu team, Emperor Zhu was so happy that he couldn't close his mouth. Master Ning, the strength of the Xianshu Academy team has exceeded all of our imaginations, and has once again brought us surprises. Ning Fengzi smiled awkwardly and said, "Congratulations, Your Majesty. The Empire is getting closer and closer to the championship of the Soul Master competition." Hearing the conversation between Emperor Zhu and Ning Fengzi, Platinum Bishop Cirrus's face was gloomy, and his half-closed eyes released a hint of fierceness that was not easy to detect. The outstanding performance of the Xianshu team once again aroused his vigilance. In addition to Shui Binger, there was another Battle Soul King, and he was an auxiliary soul master who could change the battlefield environment. This was a big threat to the Spirit Hall Academy team. Under the control of Pope Bibi, the Spirit Hall would never allow powerful people who were not under control to exist. If a genius soul master could not be used by the Spirit Hall, he would be ruthlessly wiped out. The brilliant Xianshu Academy team has already entered Cirrus's surveillance range. After the preliminaries, he will report this situation to Pope Bibi, who is far away in the Spirit City. Team Shrek won another game today, but Tang-san couldn't be happy. On the way back, he was silent, as if he was thinking about something. Xiao Wu asked, "Brother, are you thinking about the Xianshu team?" Tang-san nodded and said in a deep voice, "Yes. I didn't expect that the assistant has also reached the Soul King level and has the ability to control the weather. Including Xiao Han, who has not yet played. There are 3 Battle Soul Kings in their team. Team Xianshu is really powerful. Captain Shui Binger not only has control, but also has strong attack capabilities. If we meet them, it will definitely be a fierce battle. Yes. However, I believe that we still have the possibility of winning. Of course, our goal is to be the champion, and every mountain in the way must be crossed." Well said, Tang-san nodded, and an evil idea came to his mind. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 49, The Scoundrel is Looking for Trouble. Unconsciously, the first 10 rounds of the game have passed. The teams participating in the preliminaries have already opened up a gap. So far, Xianshu, Shenfeng, Leading, Chihiro and Shrek teams have maintained an undefeated record, winning all 10 games. These 5 colleges have not met each other in the previous games. However, after the 11th round of today's games, the top 3 of the 5 colleges will be separated. Because Shenfeng College and Leading College will fight for the victory, and Chihiro College's opponent is Shrek College. There will definitely be 2 losers in these 2 groups of duels. Xianshu College easily defeated Xiangjia College last time, showing its excellent offensive power. Their opponents today took the initiative to give up the game after learning the results of the draw. The game begins. In the first round, Shenfeng College faced Leading College on the central stage. This strong duel has attracted much attention. Leading College is led by Yu Xiangxin, who has the top East Martial Spirit Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex. He is a level 43 strong attack system War Spirit. There is also a level 43 controlled type War Soul Master with a Spirit of Thunder Spider and 2 other level 41 War Soul Masters in the team, and the remaining 3 are War Soul Masters. However, in terms of overall strength, the Divine Wind Academy is stronger. Feng Zai Ocean has a mutant beast spirit, the Gale 2-headed wolf, and his soul power has reached level 46, close to level 47. Not only does he have extremely strong attack power, he also has the ability to fly, and his speed is also top-notch. Moreover, in addition to Feng Zai Ocean, there are 3 other War Soul Masters and 3 War Soul Masters in the team, all of whom are attack-type Soul Masters. In the previous 10 games, Feng Zai Ocean had never appeared on the field, but his teammates were still able to easily defeat their opponents and won 10 consecutive victories. Facing the Thunder Academy, Feng Zai Ocean did not dare to be careless and appeared on the field himself. After a fierce battle, the Divine Wind team finally defeated the Thunder team and won the 11th victory. Soon it will be the turn of the Blazing Fire Academy to play. After Feng Zai Ocean left the ring, he immediately found Ho Wu and Ho Washuang. Xiao Han and the members of the Xianshu team were also there. They did not have to play, so they came to support the Brother Academy. Feng Zai Ocean said, "The Shrek team has some strength, but I believe you will definitely win." Ho Washuang grinned and said confidently, "Need I say more? I have seen in the previous 10 games that the strongest in their team are the 2 Battle Soul sects. The boy who controls the game has a blue silver grass as his martial soul. Isn't it pure abuse when he meets our Fire Spirit Master? The evil-eyed White Tiger Spirit Master has a good attack power, but he can't take advantage of my Unicorn Fire Tyrannosaurus." Xiao Han reminded, "You have a point. However, Shrek's team leader is the theoretical Master Yu Xiaogang. If Tang-san is restrained by you, they may give up the game." Ho Wu said arrogantly, "Give up the game? It's not easy to meet a team that is a bit challenging. I don't want them to give up the game. Xiao Han ignored Hou Wu. He knew that the Blazing Fire team would most likely win this game. Because, with Yu Xiaogang's personality, he might not let the Shrek team play with all its main players. Tang San did not take the Immortal Grass, so his Blue-Silver Grass naturally lost its fire immunity ability. Blue-Silver Coil and Blue-Silver Prison could not pose a threat to Fire Spirit Masters. The 8 Spider Lance is poisonous, but Tang San will not use it easily, and Fire Spirit Masters have a natural resistance to toxins. On the other side, the Shrek team. When they learned that today's opponent was Blazing Academy, Yu Xiaogang gathered everyone. Your opponent today is Blazing Academy, which is quite strong. They have never lost in the preliminaries. I suggest you give up the game. Give up the game? Master, we finally met a decent opponent, how can we give up the game? We haven't lost either. Mo Hongjin was the first to be dissatisfied. In the previous 10 games, in order to hide their strength, Mo Hongjin and Ning Rongrong never appeared on the field, and Oscar only appeared in the game against the Elephant Armor Academy. Most of those games were played by Tang San, Daimyu Bei, Xiao Wu and Zhu Ziuqing with 3 substitutes. Facing a team of pure Fire Spirit Masters, Mo Hongjin naturally didn't want to miss the opportunity to perform. Master, why should we give up the game? Yu Xiaogang sighed and explained, time is running out, so I'll make it short. As you can see, Xiangjia Academy, which is also an elemental academy, has lost to you, Shenfeng, Leiting, Xianshu and Shihiro Academy one after another. They follow the standard extreme flow and have maximized their single defensive ability, but this alone cannot defeat strong teams. Although Shenfeng, Leiting, Xianshu and Shihiro Academies are also single element, they are not just extreme flows, but they use the balanced flow method to perform the extreme flow, so they can go further. Your opponent, the Chihiro team, has Fire-type strong attacks, Fire-type control, Fire-type agile attacks and Fire-type assistance. In the previous games, because the opponents were not strong enough, they more or less concealed their strength. Meeting you today, I think they should no longer hide anything. Chihiro Academy, like Leiting Academy, is famous for its attacks. Although Mu Bai, Xiao Wu and Zhu Qing all have good attacking abilities, they are all afraid of blazing flames, not to mention Xiao San's Blue-Silver Grass Martial Spirit. Ma Hongjin is also a Fire Spirit Master, but he alone is not enough. After all, this is a team battle. The competition has only been held for 10 rounds, but Xiangjia Academy has already lost 5 games. Even if we lose to Xianshu, Shenfeng, Leiting and Chihiro later, we can still enter the promotion match and the finals with a 5th place. So, I advise you to give up this game. Sometimes, necessary giving up is also a good strategy. Tang San and several others looked at each other. They all knew that Yu Xiaogang's analysis made sense. However, everyone was unwilling to give up the game when they met the first strong team. Teacher, let us play. Aren't strong teams used to test our strength? Tang San's tone was very firm. Ma Hongjin said excitedly, Master, it's my turn to play now, right? Yu Xiaogang nodded. He knew that Tang San would not give up easily. Xiao San, Mu Bai, Xiao Wu, Ma Hongjin, Tai Long, Wang Yuan, Jing Ling, the 7 of you go on stage. Remember, do what the situation requires, don't force it, understood? In the previous matches, Yu Xiaogang deliberately concealed the strength of the team. Daimyu Bai and Zhu Ziuqing's martial soul fusion skills, the Nether White Tiger, Mo Hongjin's Evil Fire, and Ning Rongrong's assistance, have never appeared. This time, in order to fight against a Blazing Academy, Mo Hongjin had to be sent out. Soon, the 2 teams of 14 people came to the center stage. In the Blazing Academy team, Hou Wu has the highest level, the control system, and her soul power has reached level 43. Hou Wusheng is level 42, and he takes the explosive route. He is recognized as the strongest person in the face of the Soul Masters who have already appeared on the stage in this preliminaries. In addition, there is a level 38 strong attack system Fire Leopard Martial Soul Master, 2 level 39 sensitive attack system Fire Crane Martial Soul Masters, and 2 auxiliary but with a certain attack ability Mars Martial Soul Masters. Shrek team side. Tang San and Daimyu Bei are both level 42, Xiao Wu is level 39, Tai Long and Ma Hongjin are both level 38, Wang Yuan and Jing Ling are both level 35. Chapter 50, is a chicken worthy of being called a phoenix? Before the game started, Both sides stared at each other coldly, and the air was filled with a strong smell of gunpowder. Ho Wuxiang looked at Tang San and grinned. Your Shrek team has won a wave of consecutive victories, but when you meet us, the winning streak will end. You are really stubborn, and your spirit is blue silver grass. Why are you here to join in the fun? Aren't you just looking for trouble? Tang San retorted unyieldingly. It's not certain who will win or lose. What's wrong with the blue silver grass spirit? Maybe it's you who will end a winning streak. You don't know your own abilities, so just wait and see. Humph. Who's afraid of who? Dai Mubei and Ma Hongjin were both rubbing their fists, ready to make a move. In a focus match that ended earlier, the Kamikaze team and the Thunder team presented a wonderful performance to everyone. Next, the most anticipated one is this one. The game is about to start, and the audience started to discuss it. The Soul Master of the Shrek team is the brain of the team and is very strong, but his blue silver grass martial spirit is perfectly restrained by the fire element. Can they still win this game? Yes. However, their lineup has been adjusted. The red-haired fat guy is on stage for the first time. Maybe he has good strength. That fat guy is so ugly. What strength can he have? I am more optimistic about the Blazing Fire team. Some of the audience supported the Shrek team, and some supported the Blazing Fire team. More people supported the Blazing Fire team to win. This game is between the Blazing Academy team and the Shrek Academy team. In the previous games, they both won 10 consecutive games, but today there is destined to be only one winner. Who'll win? Let's wait and see. Please release your martial spirits and spirit rings. The game will officially start in 1 minute. With a referee's announcement, all 14 people on the center stage released their martial spirits and spirit rings. A hot breath suddenly rose on the stage, and even the audience in the audience felt the heat coming towards them. Their martial spirits are different, but their spirit ring configurations are surprisingly consistent. They are all led by 2 4-ringed fighting spirit masters and 5 3-ringed fighting spirit masters, and all of them have the best spirit ring configurations. Seeing this scene, the audience was boiling again. I thought that guy was so powerful, but it turned out to be a chicken martial spirit. The difference is that the chicken has fire attributes. No wonder he was sent to the field. However, that guy is too fat, and it looks so weird when paired with his martial spirit, like an old hen on fire. Haha. Seeing Ma Hongjin's martial spirit, the people of the Blazing Fire team couldn't help laughing. Ho Wuxiang said, so it's a chicken, which is also considered a fire attribute. However, among our fire attribute spirit masters, it's rare to find someone as fat as you. What chicken? Look carefully, I'm an evil fire phoenix. The 2 fire crane spirit masters in the Blazing Fire team couldn't help but sneer. What kind of phoenix are you? At most, it's a turkey. That's right. If a turkey is also worthy of being called a phoenix, then what are our fire cranes? Little phoenixes? It's really laughable. Facing the taunts of the Blazing Fire team, Ma Hongjin was furious, and the purple-red light on his body was very bright. He wanted to join the battle immediately. Ma Hongjin's martial spirit was a mutation of a chicken, and there were many impurities in the flame, which was evil fire. Although the evil fire was extremely hot and had good attack power, it also had huge defects, which brought him a lot of trouble. After Tang San met Ma Hongjin, he tried every means to help him remove the impurities in the flame, but the effect was minimal. Perhaps only when Ma Hongjin himself is strong enough can he control the power of the evil fire. The match officially began. Dai Mubei did not hesitate to face Ho Wuxiang, the strongest attacking player in the opposing team. Tang San faced Ho Wu. Xiao Wu faced the Fire Leopard Spirit Master, and Ma Hongjin faced the Fire Crane Spirit Master who mocked him. The rest of the people also faced their own opponents. Tang San tentatively swung out a blue silver grass, and the moment it touched Ho Wu, the blue silver grass turned into ashes. You really overestimate your own abilities. Like a moth to a flame, you are asking for trouble. Admit defeat early, and you can also reduce the pain. Facing Ho Wu's ridicule, Tang San remained calm. As early as the first time Tang San fought with Ma Hongjin, his blue silver grass was perfectly restrained by the evil fire. It was just unexpected that Ho Wu's flame was so powerful. Although his blue silver grass contained a deadly poison, all fire spirit masters were naturally immune to poison, and it was not realistic to attack them with poison. Tang San put away all his spirit rings, no longer used any spirit skills, and concentrated his spirit power into his moves. The mysterious Jade Hand, Crane Control and Dragon Capture, and Ghost Shadow Step can all be used to play against the opponent. The external soul bones, 8 spider lance and clear sky hammer are both killers and will not be used easily. As Ho Wu waved her hands, flame blades shot towards Tang San. Tang San stepped in the ghost shadow step and quickly dodged while extending the mysterious jade hand to meet Ho Wu. As the third soul ring on her body suddenly flashed, Ho Wu used her third soul skill, resist fire ring. A blazing red halo came straight towards Tang San. Tang San squatted down, and his legs suddenly jumped high to avoid the attack. You are indeed quite capable, but this victory belongs to our Blazing Academy, Ho Wu said, and launched another attack. On the other side, Ho Wusheng and Daimyu Bei's fists collided violently, and the air was suddenly filled with a burnt smell. How does the roasted tiger paw taste? Don't be so proud, take my punch. Facing Ho Wusheng's ridicule, Daimyu Bei was furious, endured the pain, and launched another attack. Ma Hongjin's evil fire not only has a high temperature, but also has a strong adhesion, which is difficult for ordinary spirit masters to resist. But he has no advantage against a fire crane spirit master who is not afraid of fire and is faster than him. His turkey martial spirit can only fly at low altitude, and after fighting with the agile attack fire crane spirit master for several rounds, he was exhausted. Facing the fire leopard spirit master, Xiao Wu did not gain any advantage. Although she was very fast, the scorching flames on the opponent made it impossible for her to fight in close combat, and the speed of the fire leopard spirit master was not weak either. The other 3 members of the Shrek team were all at a disadvantage in the face of the opponent's fire attack. Although Ho Wu was a control spirit master, her attack was not weak at all. The flames emanating from her body did not give Tang San a chance to get close. Tang San had been dodging, trying to consume Ho Wu's spirit power, and when she was weak, he would give her a winning blow. But he still underestimated Ho Wu. Seeing that Tang San did not use spirit skills, Ho Wu also reduced the use of spirit skills to save spirit power. Tang San could not cope with the flame attack alone. With a scream, Jingling was the first to be blasted out of the ring. Jingling's elimination made the Shrek team suddenly fall into a situation of 6 against 7, which made them more passive. Damn it! We were suppressed the whole time. When have we ever suffered such humiliation? Are we going to give up like this? No. Smelling the smell of his hair being burned, Tang San was very unwilling and gnashed his teeth in anger. His whole body was red from the burning flames, like a cooked shrimp. At this moment, Tang San stared at Ho Wu opposite him, and his right calf suddenly exerted force, and a ball of black air condensed in his left palm without any warning. Seeing this scene, Yu Zhigang was scared and broke into cold sweat. Referee, please stop the game. Shrek Academy admits defeat. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone, see you in the next video.